Crossover. Oh, killer crossover. Just crossover. It just crossed him over. Danced him.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
Hey, the crossover is powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com.
Hey. How we doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Let's see.
What'd you do last night?
Ooh.
Me?
Yeah, this is what I want to talk about.
Classic crossover conversation.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock, I realized that can't watch ESPN or anything like that.
Right.
So I turned on like the NBA TV Sirius XM radio network on my television.
Whoa.
And then I watched The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
people are doing different things with their time these days since they don't have ESPN.
And so
some people are going through a rewatch of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I was like, Connor, is this all an excuse for you to talk about how awesome Breaking Bad is?
Yeah.
No. I
Okay.
genuinely wanted to ask Matt because I was curious. I figured because I listened just ever so briefly on the way in, and you mentioned something about UNO basketball.
Oh, so
ESPN Plus.
I was watching. So 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you get that. We get that.
From 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, I was watching. I was like in and out of the Patriot. I ended up like doing like 35 minutes of the Patriot, and I realized I go,
the Mavs are on.
I go, well, no, this was before the Mavs were on. I go, I have 2 hours and 10 minutes left in this movie, and I'm 35 minutes in.
Sneaky long.
Why is the Patriot so long?
Time to pull the plug. That's what I did with Dune.
Is this no? Come on, Dune is.
I watched the first 30 minutes of Dune, and I was so bored out of my mind. I had to stop.
It's a tough. You gotta follow a lot. A lot is happening in Dune. Like
So much.
No,
is happening.
nothing is happening
like
in
the-
Dune. That's why I
I'm
stopped.
gonna be real with you. Like
You're
Dune,
actually both right.
Dune was one of those movies where I'm like, you know what? It's good that I did not watch this in the theater because I needed to pause this and rewind 2 minutes to understand what just happened.
That should
You
not
know?
that should not be a problem.
So
You have just watch. Not you specifically.
yeah.
It's a movie problem.
it's a movie issue. But no, I enjoy it. It's not like I'm not like a Dune stan, but I like Dune. But the Patriots, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I just so happened to see how like the final. I saw a clip of the final minute of the Mavs game last night.
Yeah.
The breakaway Brock Scholl missed dunk.
Yeah.
And that was wild.
So
no.
So UNO's down by 1, and the dude gets a run out breakaway dunk like he's gonna jam it home. UNO's gonna take the lead with like a minute left, and he biffs it.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So here's the thing. We were
Shout out Brock Scholl though. He's gonna be a good player.
so Brock Scholl, by the way, I thought was the best player in Omaha yesterday. Like overall.
Probably
I
is.
thought like Tony Osborne needs to get going for that team. And I get it. He's stepping into a really big role. Like he's going from the number 3 guy to being the number 1 guy. And it might take a little time for him to find his shots and whatnot. But yeah, so Gary was on first hour and a half of the show today. And let's just say we didn't talk about the Mavs game too much. Like that was a tough loss. They stood in there though, like they were on the back foot for a lot of that game. And Abilene Christian was given to them. They hung around. They were like Matt Damon and Rounders. They were just hanging around. And then they took advantage of some turnovers, and then they went out. Tony Osborne found a stroke, and we made a nice little run in the second half. And then, Scholl's on that breakaway, and you're like, oh my God, like what a steal. This guy's playing out of his mind, and goes up, and he left a little too early, and
so
it's a learning lesson.
On the clip that I saw, they like made light of the Abilene Christian student section.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. It was an embarrassing student section.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, so the guy misses a breakaway go-ahead dunk in the final minute, and the student section's like, oh,
yeah, I know.
my God.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
they're like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
What?
Like, think about that. If you're standing in the student section, you're rooting against the other team, and the dude misses a breakaway dunk right in front of you.
Oh, God,
that's the best thing that could possibly happen.
It's awesome. For them. Now they kept showing the camera on this one idiot in the front of the student section who was putting up the West Side, hand signals and whatnot.
What does
He was
that
just
mean?
He was just sticking out his tongue and everything. He was going like this,
Yeah.
like
he's about to eat a W.
let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. That guy shouldn't be putting up that sign. All right, that's just not don't.
It's not a gang sign or anything like that. It's just a W.
In some areas, it is. Some areas, that's the West Side.
Get a more original gang name.
Yeah,
but in almost quite literally the middle of Texas.
Oh, probably not. But
Texture says I'm watching everything on ESPN because I have Hulu Live.
Well, I'm
not going to do it.
That's what
I
they
have
want.
ESPN. I pay $30 a month for the ESPN all-inclusive app. It's a wrestling.
Oh, you have the standalone
I
app?
have the standalone.
Why do you
app.
have the standalone app if you have YouTube TV?
So I also get Hulu and I also get Disney Plus, which I need.
Okay. Well, yeah,
It's all
right.
in
I
the
get
bundle.
that.
I'm a wrestling fan. And if you're going to watch pro wrestling.
But don't you get all that stuff on ESPN Plus?
Nope. Got to buy the standalone. So
Oh,
if you're going to watch the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or
that sucks.
any of the PLEs, you got to pay $30 a month.
That
And
sucks.
So I just kind of was like, look, I'm not willing to just like, oh, I'm going to buy it this month and I'm going to buy it that month. And I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and I got Hulu and Disney Plus.
That's too much TV.
That's
So
Too many things to buy.
So, I just kind of bit the bullet. And now I'm like, you're kind of glad now that it's off YouTube TV, right? Like, I'm kind of like, well, I'm fine. I still get to watch the games that are ESPN. It's just really, really annoying that I can't just have YouTube TV on both of my TVs. One TV has to be on ESPN and one TV has to be on YouTube TV. Like,
you can't log both onto YouTube TV?
no, because you can't watch. It used to be when ESPN was with YouTube TV, you just use both TVs are on YouTube TV.
Oh, you're
Now-
talking about right now.
Now I have
Got
to
it.
have two different apps, and I can't.
Understood.
And I can't mix CBS or NBC and ESPN. I can't mix ESPN with Fox on the multiview, and the ESPN multiview sucks.
It's a hard time out there right now for a lot of people. People's Twitter accounts are banned. There's no YouTube TV, ESPN, and the flights are changing all the time. It's just a really, really hard time. We just got to lock in and just stand our ground and grind through this thing. This too shall pass.
I also made a
Well,
chicken tortellini soup yesterday.
Of
So-
course you did.
Crock potted for about 7 hours,
Whoa.
and then
7 hours, like with the tortellinis in there.
No. Tortellinis were put in.
I was gonna say, yeah, this
the
is
tor-
mushy.
The tortellinis were put into the broth in the last about 4 minutes.
I would
and then
say-
stirred around, and it was great.
I went to Costco at an unorthodox time yesterday.
What's an unorthodox time?
So
Go to a Costco.
usually I go like after I get done with the show. I'll go straight to Costco, if I need to make a Costco run. It's like once every 2 weeks. And I'll be there at like 3:00 on a Tuesday. And there's a flow to it. It's not too crazy.
you know your people.
It is what it is. But yesterday I went, it was after 5. It was probably about 5:30.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh no.
No. It was awesome.
Really?
It was great.
It wasn't a zoo.
I walked in and it was dark, and I walked out and it was obviously dark.
Oh, sure.
And there wasn't. It was a very. It was. I mean, there was a couple more kids there than there would normally be, but there was. It was a very calm experience.
Really? Was it typically more hustle and bustle at 3
A
o'clock?
little more hustle and bustle at 3.
Really?
So that
I
might
think it
have
would
to be my
the
new thing.
opposite.
I might have to
Can I-
go
can
home,
I
take a
ask-
nap, and
can I-
then go to Costco.
Can I ask you Omahans a question? A true Omahans a question?
I'd be happy to answer.
Why does rush hour traffic begin at 3 o'clock in the city?
Great question. Nobody works anymore, Matt. That's my theory.
I don't think that's an Omaha exclusive. I don't think that's an Omaha exclusive.
You know what? I only have experiences with two cities, okay, with two metropolitan cities. And the city in where I once was would start around 4:15.
I'd say about like from noon on, it's just like a gradual up.
But like
up,
3 o'clock,
and
you
it
are
peaks
in
at 5:30.
At 3 o'clock, you are in full rush hour.
I shouldn't be
at 3
sitting
o'clock.
in it.
Yeah,
I should not
you know,
be.
maybe you're right.
Josh.
Maybe it ends a little earlier.
I-
I think it starts dying down. Like the peak point is probably
4.
Yeah, it's in between 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
And by about
Tough.
5:30, you're pretty much on the downswing.
But it's 2:45, right? And I'm driving and I'm feeling it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's,
like, I'm
yeah.
like, there are more
Well,
cars on this road. Like
on
Josh,
Dodge, yeah, on Dodge.
but I'm talking about 80, like 80 going,
Oh, yeah.
80 going south and then going west.
Well, you can't go to the west
God
because
bless.
the Giles
Oh, my
thing is
God.
still a problem.
But like, it's 2:45 and I can feel the congestion. And I'm thinking what Josh Otson is thinking. I'm like, do you people not work anymore? Like, what is going on?
I don't know.
Why are there so many people? And then there's, for whatever reason, when
Maybe Omahans are on Omaha time, and Omaha time is maybe the most common shift is 7:30 to 3:30 or something that. It's just weird.
I'm just also shocked that there haven't been more crashes in this city merging on to I-80, considering the fact that for whatever reason, when I merge onto the highway, I always get stuck behind people who don't know how to merge.
Correct.
It's a bad merge town.
It is such a bad first. I mean, by the way, guys,
too nice.
By the way, it should not be that hard. All right. You get on, you speed up, you look in your mirror, you look in the blind spot.
They'll let you in.
Nobody's there. You put it down and you go.
Yeah, you should be at full speed, whatever speed you're going by,
yes.
By the time you're entering the flow of traffic.
There are people who are braking to merge. You don't brake to merge. Also, too, if you're going, you're speeding up and you look in your mirror and all right, I'm clear. And then you look in your blind spot and somebody's in your blind spot. Do you know what you do? Tap the brakes. All right. Just say it with me. You just tap and
so
tap.
Here is one thing that I'm thankful for.
And then you get in behind them.
I am thankful that Omaha is not a town that has those dumbass stoplights at the end of the merge thing.
Oh my
Minneapolis.
God.
Holy crap.
Oh my Lord. Milwaukee.
All the big cities in America have these, and I feel like they completely muddy the waters in terms of how to drive.
I agree. That's a great take. I think that's one.
So
of the
I'm
best
thankful
takes.
for that. We need Omaha to stay as mid-size as it can, because the second we get those lights, we're going to have a real problem.
No, we will. It will get even worse. And then on top of that, the construction to build those lights will take forever and just make it even harder.
Correct.
To like drive around this town, which I think, just want to say, driving around this town, if you're not going to Gretna, really isn't that bad.
No,
it's not. I mean, I have no issues with it. It's just once you get past like the ILQ.
Oh yeah, that needs to be fixed.
That is when you start messing with water.
Chris says schools get out around 3, so that's why traffic is pretty nuts.
And I guess
okay,
that makes more sense. And I guess that this is a metropolitan area where it is just the highway, where like you do kind of take the highway a lot of places.
It's a school town.
I don't know if it's a school town. It's just like, I don't think there's been a day that has gone by in the city of Omaha that I haven't been on the highway at some point.
I think this is Bad Takes Doug on the YouTube, who emailed me this morning regarding his call yesterday, his non-sarcastic call.
That's true.
About Creighton being good when
yes. He says roundabouts are awesome. Well,
okay.
Not old man Doug.
That's a bad take, Doug.
Bad Takes Doug should move to Lincoln.
Roundabouts aren't
great roundabout.
I want to make this very clear. Omaha people in Omaha know how to do a roundabout. Okay. What I've experienced. People in Lincoln, the worst. It's not a stoplight. It's a yield sign. Okay. Do you not know what yield
No,
is?
they don't. That's the problem.
If there's nobody there.
They don't know what yield means. They don't know what yellow means. They don't know any of the non-stop or go signs.
That's been something.
You either tell me to stop or you tell me to go. Anything in the middle is just very confusing for people.
I never saw a flashing yellow left turn light before I got to Nebraska. That's something I never experienced before.
Yeah, that's pretty commonplace now.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think we've handled it well as a city, but
get in the intersection. All right.
Yeah.
Get your ass in the middle of the intersection and make your presence known. Okay. And then go. Hey, what does Herb Brooks say? It's your moment. Now go out there and take it. Right. Go out there and take that left turn. All right. It's yours.
Just go, man.
Just go.
Nobody's going to hit you.
And you know what? If you're in the middle of the intersection and it's yellow, let the car speeding up pass you by, and then take the left. And if it flashes red, it's whatever. Everybody sees you. Just go.
There's a gap in between.
There's a little gap. There's a second gap. Take the gap. Come on, guys. We can be better.
You have high school football tonight, yes?
I do. Solo. It's gonna be fun. Play-by-play, first time in a while.
What's the game of note?
Millard North versus Papio South.
Millard North.
North has won 5 out of their last 6 games. Their last defeat was to Kearney by
Millard
3.
North.
Millard North. Yes.
Millard North.
What did I say?
You said North.
Oh, sorry. Millard North. Yes.
Although I guess if you were a Millard guy, you'd probably call it North.
Millard North. They beat Omaha North last week. Millard North has a running back. His name's Isaiah Traylor, and he's not on the Sut.
Didn't they beat Central a couple weeks ago? I wasn't happy with that.
I think they did.
I wasn't happy about that.
But they beat
not happy.
No, they did beat Central. They beat Central 24-17. It was a good win. But Millard North has this guy named Isaiah Traylor, and he's not like, we don't talk about him like we talk about Nelson Wheeler or Jaden Sutko or who's the guy, Jerron Cannon from Omaha North. Like, he's not, we don't discuss him on that level, but he's damn good. He's really damn good.
Yeah, Millard North is
Gabe
crazy.
Pruka's another one too, another good running back out of Millard South.
So, little Millard North lore. You could use this on your broadcast.
Oh, great.
I think I believe this is the first year, potentially the second year without Fred Petito.
It's his second.
Okay, so second year without Fred Petito, longtime legendary coach. Millard North has changed. Millard North was a triple option, like
wishbone.
Their quarterback was not
throwing the ball.
Allowed to throw.
Yeah,
not allowed to throw the football. They've had great athletes, but the big thing with Millard North is they ditched the tape on the helmets.
Oh,
they put a Mustang on there, and the helmets look nice and whatever. But back in the day, it used to be just a blank silver helmet.
Yeah,
with tape, with a
stripe,
with masking tape around.
Wait, around?
Yes, yeah, around this way, not a stripe down the middle like a normal football helmet, but a like literal masking tape this way around the circumference of the head. And I don't know. I don't know the backstory on it. You'd have to ask a true Millard North person.
I'll ask
about
head coach
that.
Alan Burrell when I interview him.
He would
later
know
today.
He would know.
He probably changed it.
But he did, and it could be a sore subject. I don't know. I imagine it probably didn't go over well in the Millard North community.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they're all different. Now they're running offense, like real life offense.
Well,
it's very
actually
different.
Not totally true. So they went 0-4 to begin the year, and Coach Burrell got Coach Petito on the phone and was like, "What do you think?" And he was like, "You should do some of these things." And Coach Burrell has implemented that in their offense.
Really?
So they are spreading the ball a little bit more than Fred Petito was, but they are back to running the wishbone, triple option.
Whoa.
They have gone back to their roots.
And look at that. They're winning.
They aren't like full Coach Fred, right? They're not fully there, but they use it. They'll line up. They'll have a 4-back set. They'll have a 3-back set.
Whoa.
They'll go to 22 personnel. They got this quarterback Cam Leggett, and they were trying to throw it with him earlier in the year, and now he's been legging it.
Nice.
And they've been winning games, so he's been playing really good too.
All right, so people are saying that it is because it tapes your chin straps down.
Okay.
And there was like nobody takes off their helmet, like type of deal.
Okay.
Oh, that's what they're saying in the YouTube chat.
Oh, like it tapes their ability. Okay.
The straps.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good for them. They changed it. Their helmets look good now. But it'll be a big game. Papio South
They missed the masking tape, though.
Papio South has 2 quarterbacks, and they both can sling it. And they will run 2 quarterback sets, and they'll have them.
And this is a quarterfinal or a semifinal?
This is a quarterfinal.
All right. We're getting close.
The winner will take on the winner of Creighton Prep and
Millard South?
No, Lincoln Southeast. Whoever beat Central last week.
East.
Southeast.
East.
Lincoln East. Lincoln East. Yes.
East.
Dang
Yeah.
it.
East.
The home of Johnny.
Okay, that's
Leasto.
who beat Central. That's who beat Central.
Lincoln East.
Yeah. I wasn't happy about that either. Very sad. All right.
Yeah, I know.
You get a game.
Look at me. I'm like Nebraska high school football honked.
You are. We're all honked out.
I'm all honked out.
What else is coming up this weekend for Matt? What do you got?
Big Red overreaction tomorrow.
Yes.
Be a long day. And that's it.
Well, I mean, you got a
It'll be
lot
fun.
of time to kill before 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Last week I went to the casino before my big red overreaction. And
Sure.
That did not go well.
You got to find a way to, get rid of that time somehow.
Well, that was the thing. That's why I went out and did something, because I was like, I don't need to sit in my house before my shift. I can do something. I probably will go ahead and watch BYU take on Texas Tech, but then after that, the slate kind of is meh. So after that game, I think I'll probably just go on a walk. Maybe is Creighton soccer playing?
You're not going to watch Oregon and Iowa. Creighton soccer's playing tonight.
See, that's my problem, though, where it's like maybe I go to a sport bar or something to watch Oregon, Iowa. I just need to get out of my apartment.
Maybe a casino.
No, because I didn't do well last week. So we don't need to do that again. And I'm still
never stopped you before.
Yes, that's true. But I'm sport betting, right? Every week already. So I don't really need to go to the tables as much as I used to. And on top of that, I gotta save up for Vegas. We have a Vegas trip to fund, baby.
Vegas.
Which honestly,
you're good. You're gonna love Vegas.
My high school football, like me doing this, like all of the money that I've made from this is going to the Vegas trip.
Good.
Like it is going straight to the tables.
Perfect.
So the smile on your face.
I'm excited for you. You're gonna love it.
It'll be in April.
You're gonna be eyes wide open. April's a great time to go to Vegas.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm taking days off in April, baby.
Good.
It's gonna be awesome.
That's the time.
Great.
That's the time to do it.
Know. And then the Jays, I'm looking forward to the Jays next week when they take on the Gonzaga Bulldogs. That should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm already looking ahead, baby. And then this is my last BROR of the year.
I know. You deserve an award.
Thank you.
All the big a 16-20 the zone record, 9 big red overreactions.
9. I did 9.
And we still have the bowl game. You never know.
So you
guys, many play-by-play broadcasters will be out of town likely during the bowl game season.
I listen to the crossover, the afternoon crossover, almost every day because it's just great content. Oh, by the way, I will be a part of Summer on January 6th.
Oh yeah, January 6th, Brats on Jan 6th.
So actually, what I coordinated with Josh Peterson. I think it would be a little tough. Like, I don't know when Josh gets here, but I think it would be tough for him to like make the brats and then bring in the brats like an hour before. Then the brats are sitting around and then like you got to put them in the microwave. I have offered to grill the brats. I'll just grill the brats at my place and then I'll just bring them over at 150.
Awesome.
We get fresher brats.
I don't care how we get the brats. I just care that we have the brats.
So there we go. So we will
summer
do that.
food.
So I'm in there. But what I was going to say was, I was listening to the crossover yesterday and they were talking about who's going to do the pregame for the Iowa game. Okay. They're like, who's going to do it? Because, John is here and, Gary's here, this and that.
John will be out of town.
And I was waiting for someone to be like, oh, Matt will do the pregame for Iowa, in which I was going to call in and be like, no, I'm not. I will be home. I'll be home enjoying Thanksgiving, baby.
Did we ever get to the bottom of that? I don't remember.
I don't know if anybody's doing
we need somebody that day?
No.
Well, John will be highly
Vegas.
likely in Vegas. Yep.
Waiting on our computer to load up the sports schedule. Thought it would go quicker.
Yeah, so there's a potential that they play on Wednesday in Vegas.
That's not Friday.
But there is a higher, so then they'll be home after that. But there is a higher potential that they play on Friday, unless they win their first 2 games, which they could. I mean, they could.
They could end up doing it.
They could be Baylor and Iowa State.
Those are winnable games.
Yes, they already beat Iowa State.
Winnable games.
Yep.
Winnable games. Winnable game tomorrow that you're going to be talking about.
I think so. Yep. You're going to love Vegas, Matt. It'll be great. I can't wait till you
I'm
go.
going to do, obviously I'm going to gamble at Vegas, but it's not going to be, I'm going to be at the casino like every single minute. I'm going to go to a show. I'm going to go to a comedy show.
Oh, you're like,
I'm going to go to a music show.
Brad Garrett's Comedy Club right there in the MGM Grand.
I am going to make,
Raymond.
I'm going to make some reservations at some nice restaurants.
Yeah.
So, like I'm going, this isn't.
Do you know where you're staying?
Mandalay Bay.
Okay. So you're staying in NG. That's right. You're staying in MGM property.
Hotel not booked yet, but we have a good deal, and I'm waiting because I'm going with my buddy who lives in Seattle.
I've never stayed in Mandalay Bay. I usually stay at MGM Grand.
I've heard of good things in Mandalay Bay,
It's fun.
so we're gonna stay there. But like I said, this is not gonna be like a mixed sports book Vegas thing. This is going to be like, I'm going to go to a buffet. I'm going to go to a brunch buffet.
Yeah.
And eat my heart out.
Do the whole thing.
And I'm going to like go to a concert of a woman or a man singing. And then I'm going to
who's got residency right now?
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Katy Perry, is she still on it?
No, I'm okay. Is Bublé in Vegas?
Wayne Newton, is he alive?
Adele was in Vegas. I would have shelled out all the money in the
A
world.
full list of current Las Vegas residents.
Bruno Mars.
I thought Katy Perry was doing residency at the Sphere.
I don't need to see Katy Perry. I'm not a Katy Perry fan.
November. When are you going?
April.
Oh, this is only for right now.
Yeah, they only announced this, like a month or two at a time.
But what are the current Vegas?
Well, maybe I could go see. Well, actually,
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Go. You'll see a lot of signs for Backstreet Boys.
How about? Is there any more? Is that the only one? Kelly, I think Mariah Carey's there.
Whoa.
She'll be doing her Christmas concert
Christmas with
in
Mariah
April.
You know
Carey.
what? You know what? If the Eagles continue to go into April
Yeah.
at the Sphere, I will do the Eagles.
They're doing it right now. Jennifer Lopez, Maroon 5.
I'm okay. Maroon 5, yes. I will so go to Maroon 5. That was my jam. I was a Maroon 5
Wayne Newton's
guy.
still alive. Just wrapped up a month of shows at.
Is Frankie
the
Valley?
Flamingo?
Is Frankie Valley
Wayne
still kicking?
That seems impossible.
So every once in a while I see, like they do trot. I don't know if he's alive, but they trotted him out. Like,
What's with the internet?
And he was not.
He is 91.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was still
Lord.
rolling. They would put him out there, and I'll be like, guys, this is mean.
So, it's bad. He looked like an animatronic over
Yeah.
at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
This is mean.
And then like you have the young backup singers who I feel bad for the backup singers
They're doing all the work.
because they look like doofuses that are taking advantage of this Frankie Valley. And I also know too that they were told, hey, you're going to be able to be a backup singer in Vegas for Frankie Valley. How awesome is that?
Sounds
and
cool.
those poor schmucks were like, yes, awesome. This will be great for my career. And now they are like the face of like, this is elder abuse, and they are like front and center. And there's a negative connotation now on those men because it's like, why are you doing this to Frankie? When it's not them, it's probably, have you seen the Frankie Valley musical?
No.
Jersey Boys?
No. I've never seen Jersey Boys.
It's a great
I'm
musical.
familiar with Jersey Boys.
It's a great musical.
Familiar with Jersey Boys.
But it kind of like Frankie gets.
I've never been to a show in Vegas, and I don't think that I'm going to.
Why?
Especially this time.
Why?
Like I'm
Why
going
not?
for like basically 48 hours.
See, the problem is that I'm not going during like a sporting event time. Like I would go to a sporting
I was thinking
event.
about going to Raiders Browns
Go to
in a
Vegas-
couple weeks.
go
Do you
to
think I should go to Raiders Browns?
Go to a Golden Knights game.
I don't know what their schedule is.
You should look.
I should look, but I'm gonna.
I
I don't know. I get in super early on Sunday, and I don't really have anything to do all day, so I was thinking about going over to Raiders Browns.
I think that'd be dope.
And
I think you should do
the
it.
NFL tickets cost so much money.
So if you have the option, if you have
do I have an NFL ticket plug? Somebody's
tickets for less, come on.
no. Like I got to know somebody somewhere who's like, yeah, I get you a ticket.
Do you
to
know,
a Raiders Browns game?
How many? You got to know people in the comms community.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
you can
gotta know
connect the
some- I
dots.
gotta
You
know
don't think
somebody.
Rob Anderson knows somebody in the Vegas communications department?
I mean, Rob will be there, but I don't.
Look, let me see. Vegas Golden Night tickets.
I don't know why last year's schedule was the first thing to pop up.
What is the date specifically that you are free? Is that Saturday the 28th?
It's the Sunday. It's the 29th.
They are home for Thanksgiving.
just Thanksgiving.
You could the week of Thanksgiving. You
Okay.
could see them play Ottawa, Montreal.
What day of the week?
That
days
would
of
be
They are
Wednesday the 26th.
I'm out.
Oh, that's right.
Friday the
Wednesday night.
28th.
I'm leaving Tuesday night.
No, yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna miss them.
Oh no. Oh, you're the week before.
No, the week of Thanksgiving, Sunday to
48
Tuesday.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Raiders Browns might be your best bet.
Doing a
Sunday
couple
to
basketball games.
Oh, wait.
John
wait.
Bishop.
So Saturday,
Dice
November
Ray.
29th
Nope.
wouldn't work. You're not in on a Saturday.
Way gone.
But on it, you're gone on a Tuesday. Oh yeah, you're screwed. You gotta do Vegas. You gotta do Raiders Browns.
Okay, and then I'll watch Creighton Blue Jays play twice. Then I'm out of there.
I think the top picks here for the shows that I potentially will go to are Penn and Teller,
Classic.
Jeff Dunham,
Ugh.
You can
and
get that in Omaha.
and Maroon 5, and the Eagles.
Well, I'm excited to hear what you put together.
And then I'm gonna go to a buffet. I can't wait to go to a buffet, man, in Vegas. Maybe go to the.
They're pretty normal
I've
buffets.
been looking up. There's a place called the Wicked Spoon.
Okay.
You know, everything.
I can't wait to hear what you come up with.
Everything comes in a spoon-sized portion.
Now, just know this, because, and this will be the last thing. We'll get out of here after this. I will probably tell you invariably over the next 5 months that you're doing something wrong as it pertains to Vegas.
Okay.
Don't listen to me.
Okay.
Okay. Do whatever you want.
I love this.
Do
I love this.
Do whatever you want.
So the plan is, doing all the BRORs and the Creighton post games, right?
Mhm.
You get paid for that stuff. So we're taking that money and we're buying the airfare.
You guys are getting paid.
Nice joke. Is that what from the the road trip?
We're the Millers.
We're the Millers. So next paycheck, we're buying the airfare. We're flying Southwest to Vegas.
Direct 3 a day.
I'm taking a day off for this, by the way, completely.
Good. You're allowed.
We're next paycheck doing that, buying the airfare. Then,
like I said, if you do it right, if you do it right the first time,
and then
you'll never pay again.
And then next paycheck, we're getting the hotel res, which will be 4 months in advance, which hopefully will be cheaper. And then we are on save mode, baby. And we just save money. And I go, all right, I got enough for the Eagles. We're doing the Eagles. And the nice thing is that the friend that I'm going with, right? He's done very well. So it's like he's all in on he's not budgeting or anything like that either. Like,
good job.
He has told me, this is why I'm taking Colin.
No time to budget.
Colin told me, he's like, whatever you want to do and whatever you want to spend your money on,
I'm with you.
I'm with you. We will do that. And
those are the type of people you want to go to Vegas with.
Full carte blanche on what I want to do.
Yeah, you want to go to Vegas with people who are more well off than you.
Exactly. Exactly. And Colin works for Amazon in Seattle.
Perfect.
So he's well.
Perfect.
Doing very well.
All right.
So
well, enjoy your beautiful, beautiful weekend.
Yeah, I got a lot to do.
All right.
Got a lot to do.
That's Crossover Power by Every Level Concrete Repair in Omaha at everylevelconcrete.com. It's Friday. We'll start things off next.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Friday. It's the Connor Happer Show. You're on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson with you. Pleased to announce Happer Show at Connor Happer, at No Context 1620, at Locked On Nebraska. They are all out of Twitter jail as of late last night. So we have returned.
Public shame works.
Does it? I don't know. So when I was able to get access back last night, I saw a couple things that I had missed over the last couple of days, and I saw Joey's tweet.
That's right.
So Joey took a screenshot of all the accounts that had been banned, me and Josh and Unsportsmanlike Conduct and Happer Show, and made a comment about it. And then there was a bunch of responses of either A, thank God we have been released from our hell of having to look at these tweets, or two, what happened, Husker fans? Did you guys do this? and stuff like that. I'm like, what in the world? I didn't realize that there was a groundswell, and it has caused a disruption in the Twitter sphere. Me being gone, I personally enjoyed my time away, and I kind of wish it didn't come back. There was a part of me that wished it did not come back, but it came back, and here we are. And it makes it easier to access our show on the social media platforms. What?
I am reading the comments.
Yeah, what do you got?
They are fun.
Yeah.
Somebody said that you're good. Thanks, Landon. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Someone replied to that, though, and they go by to a Patriot on Twitter. Suck it harder, why don't you? All the maturity you would expect from someone named to a Patriot.
Yep. There's a lot of different things in there, and
Great ad for Warby Parker in here.
I read through all the comments, and I saw some people said they were like, what was I actually received a variety of different texts from people well, what did you do to get in Twitter? I didn't do anything. I just got put in Twitter jail because it was I used a tweet deck.
Here's a reply that somebody that's mad.
Scared me straight.
We as in 1620 The Zone fired Schick and Nick.
Of course.
They fired Schick and Nick. Screw them.
A heinous crime. But yeah, well, some people hold grudges for 15 years.
They're both doing fine.
They are doing great. In fact, I just saw Nick's tweet. He's in Champaign about to do a college basketball game.
He'd rather be there.
He has so many. I talked to Nick the other night, and he said, I'm doing so many college basketball games. This is my dream. I love it. None of it possible without not working at 1620.
Right. We're more of an albatross around your neck.
Right. Welcome to a Friday show, everyone. Bryan Munson will join coming up in about 15 minutes here from Husker Online. We'll see how last weekend we went, obviously, from a recruiting standpoint. Probably pretty well. They got to win some of those games at some point. We'll get to that. And then Sipple and I have been in contact. No BC today. Sipple and I have been in contact. And I asked him last night, and I said, how we looking? And he was like, hey, our flights are getting jerked around, as you can imagine. And I was like, okay. And then he said, I'll let you know in the morning. And I was like, you won't. So I'm going to have to check in with you again. I did. I did. I said, how we looking? And then he responded about 15 minutes ago and said, oh, bleep, hold on. Just landed in Denver. But it's not time for him to come on the show yet.
No.
So I think he
knows that, right? He knows how time zones work.
There's a high percentage chance that we don't have him today. But we'll see where that thing lands. He almost certainly doesn't know when his next flight takes off. I think he probably just wears a leash in the airport and connects it to Sean's hand, and then he says, "Get on the plane, and then we'll unhook you when you sit down." I believe it. That'd be my guess. So we'll Sipple very much TBD today. That's the lineup powered by the Referees. at John Higgins Weather Guard. We want to hear from you all. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call or text that number. Tweet at Happer Show at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor or Josh O at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. How's everybody doing? These are my people. These people were sad to not have my tweets.
God, we had some great poll ideas yesterday.
We did, and now they're just all gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're going to go back and recomb through the show. No, not going to happen.
Nope.
Never
Not how it works.
Never going to happen. So those are just gone. And we'll come up with some good polls today. Elsewhere, we'll have our history lesson coming up at noon. 1940s man will make an appearance.
All right.
On a thing that's actually from the 1940s. Look at that. We'll go through the
excited
history of Nebraska and UCLA, tied 7-7 all time tiebreaker game coming up on Saturday night at the Rose Bowl. Our keys, our P's, and a variety of other things. Matt Rhule, he went viral again yesterday.
He loves doing that.
He does. He was on all the blogs and things like that yesterday. And we'll play that here on this show. We have a basketball double dip at PBA on Saturday before the football game. We have a pair of Creighton volleyball games this weekend. I am wondering about Emmett Johnson. Will the Emmett Johnson show hit new levels for the rest of the year with this, different quarterback, maybe a recommitment to the run game? Emmett Johnson quietly putting together one of the better running back seasons at Nebraska
since Ozigbo, at least.
No, period.
Yeah.
We'll go through the numbers a little bit later on in the show. Luke Fickell is coming back to Wisconsin with significantly elevated investment for fast, effective relief. Also, stadium renovations are taking over the country, so we can comment on that.
We're talking Rice football today.
Yeah, Josh, I don't have. I suppose we can get the renderings for you, so you can comment on that.
I can ballpark it. It's fine.
That is.
Oh, but there's lots of green space.
That is the setup for today's show. When we return, we got a few minutes to talk about the game last night, where the Happer Show was right. We were completely. We nailed it. And I have a take about.
A take.
It's about Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
I have a take about it.
I'm intrigued.
We'll do that when we return. It's the Connor Happer Show on a Friday. Strap in on 1620 The Zone.
You made me do this. This is on you, producer Josh.
The Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
The Zone Hotline is powered by Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more.
John Higgins Weather Guard, Omaha.
Back on a Friday. You're on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. Big weekend ahead. Nebraska and UCLA on tomorrow night on Fox. But Big Red Overreaction is here on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg with Matt and John following the game. So listen to that. Starting about 11:30.
That'd be my guess.
Rocking and rolling about 11:30. Tomorrow night, it's brought to you by Equitable Bank, No Name Nutrition, Jason and Contracting, Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair, Prairie Flower Casino, and Peerless Energy Systems. And then, of course, on Sunday, Severe Reaction, hosted by Severe, Michael. He will break it all down with what went right, what went wrong, and many questions from many callers. Sunday, 8 to 10. On 1620 The Zone, brought to you by Equitable Bank and Nebraska Medicine. Thursday night football last night in Denver.
Woof.
So what did we say yesterday? I seem to recall two smart, handsome gentlemen on this show saying that the final score of the Broncos-Raiders games was going to be 12 to 10. And we overshot it. And then Josh was like, let's take a look at the number here. Oh, it's 42.5. And we were both like, yeah, we ain't getting there.
They were just handing out money last night.
Under. And we ended up with 10-7 last night. Nice job by us. So this
could have been twice as many points and the under still would have hit comfortably.
It was just, it was all these things. I mean, it's obviously Denver's really good defense and their chaotic offense combined with, mostly for me, and this is what I'll talk about in a second, it's Thursday night. These games are always like this on Thursday night. Nobody knows what to do on Thursday night. Thursday night in the NFL is about survival. And if you can make it through and with a win, you don't care about anything else that happens or staying healthy or whatever it might be. Like, win and stay healthy. It doesn't matter how many points you score. It doesn't matter how many points you give up, although it's likely you're not going to give up very many points. But these Thursday night games are absurd. So we had last night 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles, 2 missed field goals, 8 sacks. Thursday night football will never fail. It always will give us a hot, steaming pile of garbage. But yeah, we will watch it. I'm done with I'm not done with Thursday night football because I'm going to continue to watch it, Josh. So I don't like when people say, "Hey, I'm done with Thursday night football," because you're not done. You're not done with Thursday night football. But I don't like it. It's not good. It's not a good product. It's definitely not good for the teams. And so you approach it from the perspective of, well, we are giving this away, and we just have to survive in this game. It's not the product that we come to expect on Sundays because we don't have a full week of rest, and it's, or maybe you do, but it's still on Thursday night and it's odd and sort of awkward, the mechanics of it. Like, what? Why don't we just put all the NFL games on Sundays again and then one on Monday night? What's wrong with that, Josh?
Well, money.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Well,
it's not what I want. I don't care about how much money the NFL makes. The NFL has, and this is precisely the issue. They have figured out that they can play football whenever they want in exclusive individual solo standalone windows.
Mm-hmm.
and people will watch it because it's the only thing on television, and people will watch it because it's the NFL. It wouldn't matter if it's the only thing on television or not, but they have, scheduled around some other things, and they said, all right, we're going to plant our flag on Thursday night. We're going to plant our flag on Saturdays when college football goes away, and sometimes when college football doesn't go away. Or we're going to plant our flag on Monday night, and it just throws off the entire rhythm and cadence of the league. Not that that game should have been, 35-31 or anything like that, because like I said, the offenses were the offenses, but it's this is what we've come to expect on Thursday night, a weird garbage product. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I am bothered by it as an NFL fan.
I'm trying to calculate in my head the amount of minutes that I've watched Thursday Night Football this season. Stuff that's on Amazon Prime, it's just out of sight, out of mind for me. Like, I don't remember, I don't care, I don't remember.
But except for Thursday Night Football? Or you just skip Thursday Night Football always?
Pretty much I just skip it. I'm just like, yeah, like either the game sucks because of the teams involved, or the short prep, broken bodies problem that we're talking about, or it's on Amazon Prime and I just forget about it because it's not right in front of my face, because I have to go into a different app. And
yeah, that stuff doesn't bother me anymore. Like I kind of know where to go and all that stuff.
For whatever reason, that's the one that like I just can't work into the fold.
I just think it's bad for the product. Yeah. Aside from how many people watch on television, which is a lot. I mean, a lot of people seem to not have the problem that you're having. Yeah, you're I don't mind.
America is smarter than me.
I don't mind flipping it over to Amazon on Thursday night to watch the football that is given to me. And I guess therein lies the problem, because, like I just said, people are going to keep watching it because it exists, and it's the NFL, and it's on television, or it's on a place where you can watch it. But I just think we're really significantly damaging the product by putting that out there on Thursday nights. And obviously the NFL doesn't see it that way, and they won't. But just let's go back to the good old days, Josh. Just play the NFL on Sundays, okay?
There has only been.
You have to have all these different television packages, obviously, to watch it, and like we're playing on every night of the week. It just feels so cumbersome. Like, it just feels like a lot, It's all of your week, and that's the point from the NFL standpoint. But maybe at a certain point there comes like some fatigue with this, especially if the product isn't very good. And I'm not talking about the television broadcast. Like, that's great. It's sharp. Amazon's done a nice job. Al doesn't care, but whatever, that's fine. It's just the football. It's the football.
We have improved upon the every team has to play on Thursday night rule. That was dragging the product down. Yeah. We eliminated that.
Stib says this. It's diluting it 100%.
Yes.
It's just diluting it, right? You're bordering on the point of oversaturation. And so I'm sure a lot of people don't feel that way, but I sort of do. Like, I don't want to be, like I said, these last couple of days when I haven't had Twitter, it's just been like, oh, okay, kind of nice. I don't have that to fall back on and just kind of mindlessly scroll through all night. So I'll do something productive with my life. That's great. That's kind of how I feel about Thursday Night Football. I would rather do something else.
Jets Patriots next week. You in?
I mean, I'll probably watch it.
Okay.
I'll probably watch it. Like I said, it's not about the game. It's not about the matchup. It's not about what we get, because they've always given us garbage as far as the matchups on Thursday night. But I just think the football.
I mean, if those
two teams played on Sunday, the game goes differently.
Oh, just Broncos because the week isn't on Christmas.
Short. Broncos cheap. Bonkos, as people are saying.
Yeah, a lot of people call them the Bonkos.
There's my old man take for the day. Sorry.
I like it.
Thank you, Josh.
It's a lot. I'd like to hang out with my family or something.
Can I get a night for myself? All right. We'll be back. Bryan Munson will join us up on the other side. We'll talk some recruiting with him and look ahead. It does not appear that we'll have Sipple today.
Oh, no.
He just texted me. He said, right now would work. And I said, well, right now, Sipple is not an option.
He has no idea.
I don't think he knows what
time it is.
I mean, for him, it's just arriving at 10 o'clock.
10 in the morning.
Yeah. He was a raging alcoholic. So we'll be back with Munson coming up next on 1620 The Zone. But first, yes, football season. And like we said, it's going every night of the week. However you'd like to get in on that action, you can do it on Underdog right now in Nebraska. This season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win or if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Plus, with Underdog's ultra-fast payouts, you can get your profits in a snap. Download the app today and use promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, all on Underdog. Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involve risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Bryan Munson.
Hey, long call. Comfy left zoom buster. 63 bang. Z Maui. Alert. Paradise Z Burger Y Wrap. All one.
Husker Online on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, we'll track down Bryan Munson from HuskerOnline.com here in just a moment. Hey, look, there you go. The phone is ringing. I assume that's him. So it was a big weekend as far as recruiting was concerned last weekend for Nebraska, and I know it hits a little bit different because they didn't win. It's funny though, if they would have won, that would have been one of the things that sort of kept you going through the week this week. It'd be like, hey man, they got some momentum there. Not so much for 26, but for 27, maybe they would have picked up some momentum to finish up 26 class as well. But Nebraska loses, but that doesn't mean that the weekend can't still bear fruit. And Bryan Munson joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone Hotline. Hey, Muntz, happy Friday. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, real quick question, because we had a little discussion last week. Are you a fan of the yacht rock or not?
I do like yacht rock, actually. Yeah, I like many kinds of music, but yeah, I do like yacht rock.
What did we discuss last week? It was what was it? Was it a foodie? Oh, it was bagels. We talked about bagels last week. I asked if you were a bageler.
That's right. And guess what? I had a delicious bagel this morning, and it had just gobs and gobs of schmear on it. 2 of them, in fact.
Schmear it up. But yes, I've been building the ultimate yacht rock list. I'm a huge yacht rock fan.
Well, we're gonna have you forward that in to some folks at NRG Media Omaha, because we got something in the works.
Lots of Little River Band, lots of Michael McDonald, lots of all that stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, might need that list. Might need that playlist. All right,
I'll get it to you.
So let's look back at the previous weekend here. You know, there a lot that went into it. And as we talked, I mean, we've been talking about that weekend for a couple weeks now, the USC weekend. And you know, the environment certainly did not disappoint, and all the stuff that Nebraska did with the Blackout did not disappoint. What is even with the loss, what is the general takeaway that you've been hearing from the recruiting side on how it went?
Very, very. I mean, you summed it up really well. You know, the energy was there. I mean, when we talked about Michigan State, you know, a couple weeks before that, and the earlier start that kind of kept everybody away from being there on time, and it was just like, yeah, but you kind of cut right into like the best part, like where you don't see the fans like filling in at 10:45 and 10:30 or 10 o'clock. You saw this week, a student section that was there, an hour or two ahead of time, and going crazy the whole entire time. And then you saw this an amazing environment. I thought the colors were sick on television, and
it looked great.
I was really envious, and I thought the balloon release after the first score was just terrific. Like, I don't know if it was the 4K on the television or if it was really like just like the lights and the sunset kind of dancing on there, the lights dancing on it. It looked terrific on television, but all the recruits were incredibly impressed with what's going on there. I think that obviously it was a big week with the Rhule extension, kind of putting to bed some of those questions there. I thought Nebraska's game plan, you know, looked pretty good. They took some monstrous hits, you know, and injuries, and just couldn't kind of stay up with it at all. I think overall though, I mean, you got Tay Ellis out of the weekend. You know, he committed on Wednesday or committed on Tuesday. And I think that was big. I think they add another weapon with Trey, and you know, they're still working on several guys, but this is that other, like the other thing we talked about, like, man, now you got 40 guys that came in this last weekend, and you're not going to have a very big weekend the day after, you know, Thanksgiving. It never is. And it's, I don't feel very good about things this year, you know, kind of having that game there in Lincoln. It's not going to be, I don't think, as close as what people are kind of hoping it would be. I think Iowa's really found their stride. So that's a dangerous game, and the weather there typically, it's kind of it's a roll of the dice. You don't know what you're going to get. So you've had some really nice weather, and you've had some really great environments as a result of that. But Nebraska now is going to have, just these amazing opportunities, I think, to bring a lot of these guys back, because they're all talking like they want to get back. And then obviously the commitment, you got a guy like Amir Brown now that's kind of dangling it out there, and maybe even dangling out there a third visit in the month of November, which is just kind of unheard of, just considering he was a North Carolina commitment maybe a month and a half ago.
Tell us a little bit about
really good results.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could sort of feel that energy coming out of the weekend, and it helps when you get a commit on top of it. Tell us a little bit about Tay Ellis.
He's not going to be like a burner guy, but I think he's not a top off straight line speed going to run away from guys. But where I think that he is special, and you can get this by watching this film. His get off is tremendous. He's got some Ja'Cory Barney, where he is just so quickly, into the corner on the snap of the football. And I think that when you're able to kind of cut that distance, and you're able to kind of go ahead and get things going there, and you're into your route tree very much more sooner, you really present a lot of timing issues, I think, for a cornerback that's trying to go ahead and backpedal with you a little bit, or whatever they're trying to do. I think he is going to be a massive issue for defenses and defenders to kind of guard, because he's so quickly into things, and he's a very technically proficient guy. I think the one thing also that he does that he's maybe not credited enough for, because he's not necessarily like a 6'4" body, he's pretty good with the 50-50 balls. He's got some tremendous body control, and he's got some ability to kind of go up and get it too. Having seen Jackson Smith and Jigba a lot in high school, Jackson isn't a very formidable, looking dude. He just has that body control and that explosiveness. I see a lot of that in Tay. I really do. I see a really technical guy, and I see a guy that works really good in tight spaces. And I think that when you put those things together, I think that kind of translates even better to the college game, when you can kind of allow yourself to kind of use those things to really get into a defense and get into a defender's head. I think Tay is a really technical route runner when it comes to what he does right now currently at Crowley.
How much momentum is there for 27 at the moment, the 27 class? And just for context, compare it to, and we're at very different times in these cycles, obviously, but compare it to 26, because I just think I think it's sort of odd where, the 26 class sits where it sits right now, and it's, it leaves something to be desired, but 27 feels like it has a little bit of juice behind it. How does something like that happen?
It's got a little bit more than a little juice. I mean, when you're, like I said, when you're talking about Amir Brown now, that, you got Wilt Fong and Greg Smith and myself, all putting in predictions, for Amir to jump in, and having some casual conversations with him, although he's saying he's got no timelines, nothing kind of, helping him kind of jump into another class again, but he's talking about a third visit. I think Nebraska sits in an incredible spot. The part here, which maybe isn't moving very, very much, and I mentioned this in Tunnel Talk because I had this really weird window of time talking to Tay where I got a heads up 3 hours or 4 hours before he actually announced, to where I'm actually talking to him, and he says he's on the other line talking to Matt Rhule committing, to where I actually talked in between, him committing to the Nebraska staff, to where, before the edit was kind of put out by Hayes Fawcett. And he mentioned that, the focus now is to kind of turn away from kind of giving the offensive weapons. I think that people kind of feel like things are in a good spot with Amir. You got Ahmad Hudson, that's out there that's like a July 4 guy. You got Cooper Terwilliger that was in town. Jack Stajan had a great visit as well, another tight end guy that Nebraska's in on. But then you now need to kind of tie these things together with, Trey is going to need protection. He's offensive line guys in the front. Amir's going to need those guys to open up holes too. I think there's going to be a massive push towards, trying to get these offensive tackles now a little bit more involved and a little bit more connected, I think, to like what the stuff is that Trey's doing, that maybe the 7-on-7 network doesn't really like kind of carry over as well to the guys in the trenches. And I think now they're really going to start pushing for that. I think that that's going to be the next emphasis, is try to figure out who are the offensive linemen that Nebraska can really kind of count on getting back in the spring and they feel good about. And then I think it's all about then defense. Defense has been kind of slow to start, and you got Pittman in the class, and that's a huge bonus to have him already in the class. But I think you've got some things that, you know, you had to miss on so far this year. I know 2026 they're still, you know, they made a late offer to defensive linemen even yesterday, and they're still kind of spitting and sputtering trying to get over the National Signing Day, you know, finish line. This group right here needs to kind of start calling their shot a little bit more right now this fall as they head into winter and spring.
How heavy? I mean, given all that, and you know, the emphasis on, because like you said, I mean, everybody could see it on the field. Like, hey, need a little bit of help in the trenches. So I guess a quick little like portal kind of preview feels like that will 100% be the focus for Nebraska this offseason in a window that comes up in a couple months here of like, hey, and that can be tough because it costs a lot of money to get offensive and defensive linemen, but it feels like it's going to be very, very, very heavy there.
I totally agree with you. I think that, and obviously it does. So those guys are always at a premium. Yeah, Nebraska went and grabbed 2 last year. I think they had overspent so much, you know, with what they had kind of brought in January, that when like a guy like Seagren came back to them, who had a really good spring for Nebraska, there just wasn't anything to do for him. They were tapped, you know. Nebraska's going to have to find it. They're going to have to go find it again, how they're going to kind of do things, you know, but they're going to need, I think, to go get something opposite Pritchett. Cause I think the idea is that Pritchett stays like that. That's kind of like when we've heard people talk about the line of the future, right? And Pritchett's part of that picture. That would imply that he's coming back. That I think you need to maybe go get another interior guy. And I think you need to go get yourself another tackle opposite. So yeah, I think that those are pretty much like the top 2 shopping items on the shopping list. You need to go get yourself another good right, and go get yourself an interior guy for sure.
Munson, what do you get coming up this weekend? What are you getting into?
Man, I tell you what, Eastern Michigan plays Bowling Green tomorrow at 1. I'm struggling, dude. This is the part I'm struggling with. People are all over with this game on Saturday night. I even read a prediction that they felt like UCLA was going to score 27 points on Nebraska's defense. Does that even sound remotely possible? These guys couldn't put 20 up against Maryland at home.
Yeah,
I'm thinking 20 points like wins tomorrow night. Like that's like the number to me. Like you got to get across. So I'm really wrapping my arms around like what has got to happen tomorrow. But I'm thinking RPO, a lot of Emmett, you know, and kind of get those things going. But if they get into some time of possession, they can keep some drives alive. I think the first team that hits 20 wins.
Yeah,
that's kind of the way I'm kind of leaning tomorrow night.
I think that's where most of the predictions are settling in, right around that number. And like you said, Nebraska's pretty decently equipped to win that kind of game.
I read 27-21 UCLA, and I just I scoffed out loud. I just could not believe that somebody was suggesting that UCLA could score 27 on Nebraska after only getting to 17 against Maryland at home. I don't understand that at all.
Anything's possible, but yeah, that seems like unlike a score fest seems like the unlikely side of things, probably.
So I'm trimming trees into the afternoon, and then hopefully getting all the leaves out of my hair by about 3 to where I can maybe cook a meal and get ready to settle in and watch a game tomorrow night. So that's about the extent of the fun of my weekend.
Sounds like a lovely weekend. All right, Munson, we'll let you go. Enjoy the leaves in your hair or in your head, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk next week.
Sounds good, buddy. We'll see you.
Bryan Munson from HuskerOnline.com. You know, it's easier if the leaves fall and you're bald.
Okay, yeah, then they're not getting in the way. Sure.
I don't have any leaves really. I don't, because I don't have any trees. I have 0 trees on my property. And so I get a few leaves from there's a tree in the neighbor's backyard that kind of hangs over into my yard a little bit. No problem. It's fine. A few leaves from that. And then a tree in the front yard from my other neighbor. So I get a couple of those, but not a nuisance at all. I don't have to deal with leaves. And I am very, very thankful for that.
I got a pine tree, so I got pine needles everywhere.
Okay, that is difficult.
Hate it.
You do not want that.
Love having the tree in the yard.
So have you gone out to not mow the lawn, but to just vacuum up all the pine needles yet?
It's impossible.
No, I mean, they're just going to keep coming.
When I blow the clippings, I'll blow the needles, and that's about as good as it gets.
There's nothing that you could really do.
No.
Yeah, I see a lot of people take that tact around this time of year. It falls. They're just like, what am I supposed to? Whatever. Why would I take action on this? It's just going to continue to repopulate.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do anything about this. And there's a certain fall feeling to having the leaves on your front yard. You could rationalize it to yourself that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it's fall, y'all.
It's fall, y'all. Leaves are falling. It's gonna be super fall, like early next week, right? Be in the 30s.
Yeah, it's gonna be winter tomorrow night.
But... Not fun, but it'll be summer in Pasadena.
Oh.
They just tweeted out the weather, the graphic that they do. Nebraska did. It'll be a nice 70 degrees at 6 o'clock kickoff of the Rose Bowl tomorrow.
Don't you wish you entered our California Dreamin' Sweepstakes and won that prize?
Who won that? They are probably the happiest person on earth right now, except for the whole plane thing. I hope that works out.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate, but
but yeah. So if you're headed out, enjoy the nice Southern California weather. We'll be back. I would like to talk about Emmett Johnson. Emmett Johnson is a 1,000-yard rusher. I thought Emmett Johnson would be a 1,000-yard rusher this year. I did not think Emmett Johnson would be a 1,000-yard rusher after the game on November 1st. So where are we headed with Emmett? And is it about to take on a whole new level in the final 3 games of the regular season and in the bowl game, of course? We'll talk about that and more coming up on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Just stumbled upon a tweet from Matt McMaster.
I know him, Matt McMaster.
Matt.
I work with him.
Actually, it's back-to-back tweets. Matt and Josh, I want to discuss.
Oh, okay.
So Matt said, eating inside of a Broncos for the first time, this place is the closest thing to home.
If he's eating on that one at 120th, the dining room is huge.
It's gigantic. They have those figurine guys in there, the Cowboys and stuff like that. I assume he's at the Leavenworth.
That does make more sense for him.
A little smaller in there. And a little bit, probably a little bit more Chicago.
Chicago.
And
Did you know he's from Chicago?
I had heard that a couple times.
Okay.
He loves talking about it. And then producer Josh,
that's me. I know him.
Was tweeting about hats.
Oh,
he likes to. He's interested in buying hats.
This new era just released some hardwood classics hats. They're all great.
And so you're going to buy a bunch of NBA hats?
No, I'm probably not going to buy any of them.
Oh, you could buy one NBA
Maybe
hat.
One. Do you know how expensive hats are nowadays?
Well,
what
let's
a
see.
racket.
I'm going to go to. Let's see. Who's my favorite NBA team again?
You love the Denver Nuggets.
All right. Good point. Thank you for reminding me. Why are all these logos moving like this? What is going on? They're all little bubbles and they're just moving, and the Nuggets one hasn't popped up yet. Let me just click on the early 2000s. Oh no, how about the Hornets? Okay, let's do a Hornets. Let's do a Hornets hat.
Hornets hat. Great teal hat with the hornet on it.
That is a stupid looking hat. I would look ridiculous in that hat. You would look ridiculous in that hat, Josh.
But I love teal.
You do love teal. That's very interesting. You
I'm a child of the 90s. I love teal.
Yeah. But like you're I guess you're not really that quiet of a guy.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I was going to say like, well, you kind of have a not the personality of like a peacock personality.
Peacock.
Gotta let me fly. But like a peacock personality guy would wear that teal hat, and he'd be like, "I'm wearing a teal hat," and you'd see him from a mile away. Everyone, look at my teal. But I guess now that I think about it, you kind of do. You kind of do have a loud personality. You like to say things.
I do like to say things, but once I said the thing, I don't want to say anything else for the rest of the day.
I don't know where that puts you.
I know it's hell being me, Connor.
It's an odd place. Stibbs says, "Go Knicks, go Knicks."
Really, Stibbs?
Yeah, Stibbs has got some New York in him. I think he's got some family there.
Do you guys ever go back out to the coast together?
We don't talk about New York right now, Josh. It is something that many people want to talk about.
Colin Cowherd talked about it.
Yes.
He's doing fine.
And we're not Colin Cowherd.
Okay.
We are not Colin Cowherd. Many people are commenting on elections that they cannot vote in because they don't live in places. But that is a different story.
Many mayors and governors are telling their constituents, despite what you've been told, you can't vote in that election.
All right. Emmett Johnson. Josh.
Emmett EJ.
Emmett Johnson.
Do you call him EJ?
Yeah.
I call him EJ.
Shorthand, call him EJ. So I'm wondering if the Emmett Johnson show will hit new levels on Saturday and for the remainder of the year. Let's put it in context first. So I don't know if you guys know this, but this is like the quietest, really good running back season, that mostly because Nebraska's record is what it is, and I don't think people have been like super enthralled with the way the season has gone so far, even though they have a decent record, 6-3. But Emmett Johnson is at 1,000 yards. He's at 1,002 to be exact. So he's got a pretty good chance to crack the top 10 in all-time single-season rushing yards leaders at Nebraska. And when you think about it that way, you're like, Emmett? You're like
the Nebraska running
You're
back?
like Egg on Arrested Development. Her? Emmett? And think of all the great Nebraska running backs. I don't know that Emmett would be on anyone's list.
Well, maybe Matt's Mount Rushmore, but that's because DiCaprio Boodle was on it or whatever.
He's only familiar with people who have existed in the last 5 seasons. Yeah. He would definitely be on Matt's.
He has the most rushing yards of anyone in the Power 4.
Yeah. We
should probably be talking about that more.
He is already the 37th ball carrier in school history to go over 1,000 yards in a single season. And when you think about Nebraska's long and storied history of ball carriers, ball knowers, and ball carriers, 37 doesn't seem like that large of a number. There's been many, many years of Nebraska football. Josh, I don't know if you've heard about this.
I'm vaguely aware.
So he'll go, if he has just a normal game this weekend, he'll move into the top 20, around the top 20 in single season rushing seasons in school history, with still 3 games left, 2 regular season games and a bowl game left. And, so you look at that top 10. So Bobby Reynolds is 10th in a single season in 1950 with 1,342 yards. And it's at 1,002 right now. I think it's a pretty safe bet for him to get 340 yards over the next 4 games. I think it is. Barring injury. It's safe for injury. I think it's a very safe bet for him to get 340 yards over the next 4 games. And then there's a decent gap. I don't think he's not getting to the Amir. He's not getting to Amir's 2014. He's certainly not getting to Amir's 2013. Amir's 2014 was 1,611. I don't think he's getting there.
Cool if he did.
And that was 6th all time in school history. So the top 5, you had Rozier in 83. You had Amon Green in 97. Lawrence Phillips in 94. Amir in 13. Rozier in 82. Amir in 14. Ken Clark in 88. Jamal Lord 02, Rex Burkhead 11, and Bobby Reynolds 1950. Those are some of the most, I guess, aside from Jamal Lord, those are who we remember in different ways. Sure. Those are some of the most famed names in school history. And I just wanted to let people know about that. And there's this too. He has a chance to be Nebraska's first all-conference running back since Amir. I think he's almost a lock for that at this point. Once again, save for injury.
Unless Justice Haynes really gets going.
He is almost a lock to be an all Big Ten selection. I don't know where he ends up for second, third team, whatever.
How many running backs do they have? 1?
They do 2 on each. They do 2 on 3 teams, so there's 6. He's a lock to be one of those.
Yeah, okay.
At least that's what I saw last night when I was going through all these all Big Ten teams. So Amir was second team coaches in media in 14, and he was first team unanimous in 13 with another running back. And then Sexy Rexy, not to be confused with Sexy Dexy, Sexy Rexy was a first teamer in 2011, Nebraska's first year in the Big Ten. Nebraska's had 2 all Big Ten running backs. Emmett Johnson is certainly about to be the third. And he may be the Big Ten running back of the year. I think they did the thing several years ago where they named him after a famous Big Ten player.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the Ron Dane Big Ten running back of the year, I want to say. But people love Emmett, and he's the guy that everybody can sort of get behind on this team. But I don't believe that we're talking about this enough.
Probably
you
not.
Put it in historical context, and you're like, oh, I knew he was doing pretty well, but he is piling up stats at this point to reflect the fact that he is having one of the better running back seasons in Nebraska history. And it's not all yards. It's not all dependent on yards, because there's a lot of guys who aren't on that list who had excellent seasons, but there was 2 of them or or whatever it might be. So it is your stats combined with the fact that, your team is leaning on you a lot. They leaned a lot on Rozier in 83. They leaned a lot on a lot of the guys on that list. I mean, they leaned a ton on Amir in 14, obviously, right? But that's what they're doing with Emmett Johnson right now. And they're going to do it even harder in the final 3 games of the regular season in the bowl game if I'm reading the room correctly. Especially on Saturday against a porous UCLA run defense. Like if he goes for $150 or plus on Saturday night, which is very, very possible and well within his capability, you're really, really setting up for an all-time running back season for Emmett Johnson.
And
Emmett Johnson.
I'm looking at the top running backs in the country. They've all got a long run of 75, 60,
Right.
85, 95. Emmett's is 50.
Just carries.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of carries.
Reps.
Chris writes in.
Hi, Chris.
On the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. Says number 1 rusher in the Power 4. Remember back to the preseason when everyone talked what a concern and how garbage our RB room was? If only we had said how terrible our tackles and run defense were going to be. Does it? Yeah. We could play the game of do you wish you could have your takes back from the preseason? That I think he might have just hit on them all right there. I was never really super high on the defensive line. I thought they'd be more disruptive than they are. But I knew that they were, and we did buy into the O-line hype. Hand up on that one. And I thought, like I said, Emmett was going to get to basically where he's at right now from a statistical perspective, but I didn't think he'd get there before the last 3/4 games of the season. I thought,
he's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, like I thought they would just keep him in that 18 carries for 80 yards range, but he's had a 27 carry game. Like if you go carry, game by game carries, it's he's really getting loaded up right now. And Nebraska still has a bye left. Nebraska has a bye week next week.
29 against USC, 27 against Northwestern, 21 against Maryland, of course, 25 the opening game against Cincinnati.
Yeah. Oh, remember the consternation about that? Too many carries. Now you look at that and you say, not enough.
Not enough
He
carries.
should have had 37 in that game. They should have ran it more.
Maybe he's got a little of that Derrick Henry in him where you can load him up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, every piece of information that we have accumulated so far, the answer would point to yes. The answer would point to that is the case.
Now we just need to see him stiff arming guys into oblivion. Like
honestly,
Derrick
I
Henry.
don't like. I
want it.
It
just looks cool.
That was the big complaint on him before the years. Speaking from yours truly here, like that's why he's not a top of the line running back. That's why he's not going to get drafted in the NFL very high or whatever it might be. It's because he lacks the breakaway speed and, is certain limitations to his game based upon his size. But I also think his size gives him a unique and sort of distinct advantage too. Like he's really, really slippery. And Rhule mentioned it, whether it was after the game on Saturday or Monday, like part of him protecting himself is he doesn't really take direct shots. And that's how he's been able to stay healthy. Or part of the reason he's been able to stay healthy this year. He has done everything that they have asked of him and more. And I just think in these last games, in November here, you lean even harder into that fact. And so kudos to Emmett Johnson.
You got a number in your head for tomorrow for him? What does he need for them to win? I know you said 150 earlier, but
what does he need? Like minimum?
Yeah.
If he doesn't get to 100, they're in trouble.
Sure.
But against that defense, he could go for a big one.
Okay.
Is tomorrow the day that he breaks off the 70-yarder?
Yeah.
That'd
be great on Big Fox and, Sometimes that late, it's not a 9:30 window, but it is a later than normal window. Gets a little more attention from the people who just don't want to turn the games off.
You got Timmy B yelling.
Yeah.
Whoa, Emmett Johnson. What is his phrase again? Holy moly, or what does he say?
Point me to the bar.
It's something. He's got a phrase. Somebody's going to
okay.
send it in, and it's going to bother me until I see it. Text from 402.
Hi, 402.
Do you think Emmett's numbers are so good this year because teams were focusing on pass rush to try and break Dylan's leg?
Well, they don't have to focus on that anymore.
No, I mean, I think if teams were smart, they would absolutely first and foremost dedicate their game plan to stopping Nebraska on the ground. That's when their offense opens up. And so I think they're trying. And he's a tough guy to take down. He's been a really difficult guy to take down. Jeff says, and this was another one of the main problems at the beginning of the year, yeah, but their running back depth is garbage. Once again, I don't care. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore.
If he's getting the lion's share of the carries, and I don't have to go, oh, these are the, blah, blah, blah minutes.
I think there's some stuff that they'll be able to do with Mosey and Mekhi Nelson in these last couple games with TJ at quarterback, where they'll probably have more opportunities to get them in there, and some stuff on the perimeter. And Emmett will be your kind of traditional like running back between the tackles type of guy, where he's really, really excelled this year. He's checked every single box. So I wanted to make light of that and say, take a look. He is he's having a hell of a season right now. But unfortunately, it won't be remembered if Nebraska goes 6-6. It will not be.
Well, then they can't.
And by the way, he's slated to return in 2026.
Hello.
There's that piece of it too. All right. We'll take a quick break. Any more thoughts on that? We will take them. 402-951-1620. Stay tuned. 1940s man reappears for our history lesson coming up at noon. Keys, peas, no Sipple today. But we will find a way. I haven't talked to Sipple and it feels like a month now, but we'll get there. Back after this with the odd news on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show. Follow us on Twitter @Happer Show for all the latest news and views. We may even see something interesting once in a while.
Unlikely.
Really, guys?
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-656-1551. That's 800-656-1551.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
All right, thank you to Matt. And let's see, Matt sent that in on Twitter, and a 402 number, and Alex in Omaha sent it in on the text line. Timmy B, how do you do? Emmett Johnson, 75-yard touchdown run. How do you do?
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's something you can say.
Not really. I mean, you're capable of saying it, but I don't think you should.
You could probably retool that and think of something better.
How do you do? How do you do? All right. What do we got today, Josh? It's time for the odd news.
Joe Davis is finally telling all.
Joe Davis, the Fox MLB play-by-play man. Yes.
Broadcasting a game already, a test of endurance in MLB, an 18-inning World Series game that lasts nearly 7 hours, takes it to another level. Joe Davis managed to call that Marathon World Series game without visiting the lavatory.
Wow.
I actually didn't pee, so that's something. The Fox announcer told Waddle and Sylvie this week. Chicago. I swear. Yeah, afterwards I was like, dang, that's the good stuff, dude. I don't quite know what he means by that part, but it is a quote that he said.
Well, there are certain times, like if the game calls for it and it's that intense, you will forget that you have to pee.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that was the case, or if he Scott Hansen'd it and like took extra precaution to make sure he doesn't have to pee. You know, because I have to pee constantly. Like I could go 1 minute before my first announcement at the women's basketball games, and by halftime I have to pee every single time without fail. And there's only, I have a very, very short period of time to get up, and sometimes I don't have it. But then at some point in the third quarter, you forget. You just forget about it.
You're so locked in.
You just forget about it, and it doesn't exist. So whichever way Joe Davis got the job done, congratulations. You got the job done. Also, these whole hard 2-minute countdowns in between innings, not helpful to broadcasters. Not helpful. We need our breaks. It is hard for me while I'm doing Creighton games, especially if we're in the TV booth. I will run down the hallway. The second I sign off, the second I say we're back after this, whatever, I will throw the headset down, sprint out of the big TV booth, down the hallway, back out, and that is barely possibly attainable in 120 seconds. I will have to ask a producer to throw in another 30 for me.
And
then maybe I'll miss a pitch. It happens from time to time.
Joe Davis added, bladder size is not a strength of mine, but I dug deep for it. I do not like the window seat because I don't like bugging the guy in the aisle. He must be talking about a plane here. I go a lot. I just happened to be on my game that night, I guess.
Yeah, good. Yeah, sometimes it all comes together for you.
This article I'm reading.
Me and Joe Davis handshake made.
Oh, all right. This article also recounts the story of Joe Buck's first year doing NFL games for Fox when he famously peed in a trash can, got stage fright midstream, and then came back from commercial finishing what he started.
a lot of the big broadcast booths put a bathroom, like Nebraska's TV booth for at Memorial Stadium. There's a bathroom in there.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's helpful for the
power.
That's helpful, but that's not always the case.
You need to put a bathroom in here.
Not always the case. Thank you, Keith Jackson.
We go to college football where John Mateer is talking. John Mateer. As Oklahoma prepared to face Texas last month in the Red River rivalry, Sooners quarterback John Mateer was battling that thumb injury. Remember, weren't sure if he was going to play. He had surgery like that week or something like that. One local Chipotle employee claimed to have the inside scoop.
That's right, yeah.
And everyone was like, who are you? Turns out John Mateer was one of his regulars. Mateer did start that game, a loss for Oklahoma, but in case you thought the Chipotle employee just happened to make a lucky guess, the quarterback has now confirmed that he did, in fact, let the cat out of the bag while waiting on his burrito. That was me not realizing who I can trust and who I can't trust. That was real. I didn't think he would go and tell the whole world about it. It's not my favorite thing somebody's ever done on the other side of what I told them, but that's my fault. You shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't be throwing my business out there. But yeah, that was real.
Especially if we wanted to keep it a secret.
He added that he now uses DoorDash instead of going to Chipotle.
To save himself from talking to people?
I mean, I think that might be just I'm the Oklahoma quarterback. I can't go out like I used to be able to go out, right?
Go out? Be fine. Now,
maybe somebody will go, wow, Sooner quarterback? Boomer, I bought your burrito.
Yeah, we hear these stories all the time. Famously, we had we actually had a famous DoorDash story during the College World Series a couple of years ago, but they will often use fake names.
Pseudonyms.
Yeah, because if you're a DoorDash driver and it pops up and it says, Jack Caglione wants a burrito, could you bring it to him at the Hilton Omaha? You'd be like, huh, I have power. I have power right now.
You really do.
You really, really do. But if it comes up and it says, like, Alex Martin wants it, then,
all right.
Yeah, this is Alex Martin.
I'm down in the lobby, Alex.
Sorry to all the Alex Martins at that, But yeah, just Alex Martin. And same thing with professional teams on the road. Like, you wanna try and keep that under wraps, especially if you're in a visiting town. Like, Omaha's not so bad because everybody loves the fact that they're here. But like, if you are a Knicks player and you're going to play at the TD at the Boston Garden that night, you're gonna want to probably not get DoorDash.
I got Jalen Brunson's sushi, y'all.
Yeah. Check it out. They made it 4 hours ago. Guy's about to be sick to his stomach.
I ate the sushi. We end in Florida,
of course,
where a Florida man who apparently mistook a 7-Eleven toilet for a Ritz-Carlton bathroom. I don't quite get that joke. Was arrested yesterday for striking a female clerk in the face with a wad of chew. The reason? The bathroom was out of toilet paper.
Damn.
Investigators say
you do not want to get hit with a wad of chew.
No. Investigators say Dalton Albert, 40 years young, entered the Pinellas Park business around 8:30 a.m. to use the bathroom. Albert subsequently argued with the victim over the lack of toilet paper. What's the argument there? Like, you either got the toilet paper or you don't. Whatever. As recorded by a security camera, Albert gathers a wad of tobacco from his mouth and throws it at the victim, striking her in the face. An officer who responded to the 7-Eleven reported that the victim had remnants of spit and tobacco on her face and clothing.
Oh, man, that is a heinous crime.
Yeah.
I mean, that's seriously bad. You can't do that. A lot of times we bring up these stories like, oh, it's funny, something bad happened to a person. They'll
you got hit in the face with a cheeverger. Wipe it off. You're fine.
You got
you got
splatted in the face. I mean, that's super, because that's like a way worse version of spitting on someone.
Right. Which is already pretty bad.
Which is already guys get
it's the ultimate insult. Yeah.
Guys get suspended for that in the NFL.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happened twice, remember?
Yeah. That's bad. I often think about poll question. Do you often think about gas station attendants? I often think about gas station attendants. That is a job that I don't have the guts to do it. I don't have the guts to do that. You get so much in there.
Countless reasons I couldn't do that job.
Yeah. I just that would be like one of the last things.
I don't have the patience. I don't have the social skills. I don't have the bravery.
It's the bravery for me. You don't know who's walking into a gas station at any given moment, and that's any gas station. You could try to protect yourself by going to a nice area of town or something like that. It does not matter. The vagrants will find you.
There's a weirdo in there.
There is a weirdo, especially when you put the slot machines in there.
Oh, yeah.
So now these people got to be gas station attendants. You know, they got to go check out the pumps. They got to pay for people to get their gummy worms at the thing, and they have to tend to slots. They have to bring people the drinks too.
They have to know what every box of cigarettes looks like, because that person's just going to go up there and say, blah, 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 short 100. And I'm going to turn around and go, I don't know.
That's just a tough one. And so you should not have to endure getting a wad of chew splatted on your head. That is bad. That's bad.
It's bad. Yesterday, you and the afternoon crossover created the brats on Jan 6 holiday or whatever you guys are calling it. I might have gotten the name wrong.
I think that's right.
I propose we create National Thank a Gas Station Attendant Day.
I agree. We need more national holidays.
We do.
If there's one thing, we need more days like that, you know? But I agree with this one, and I would celebrate.
Okay.
I would celebrate.
Something for us to do.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. Our history lesson is coming up next on 1620 The Zone. But first, football season is in full swing. However you'd like to get in on the action, you could do it on Underdog right now in Nebraska. This season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win or if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Plus, with Underdog's ultra-fast payouts, you can get your profits in a snap. So download the app today and use the promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, all on Underdog. Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involve risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
he does it the only way he knows how. With his massive sports brain sprinkled with a smidgen of rabble-rousing. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Don't ask me how I get to the places I get to in my head, but
Nah, it doesn't matter.
So I think one of the reasons that people like Barstool is because it's sort of like a reality show, and you know all the characters and kind of what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that we're like a mini Barstool, because I don't. That's not really what we're going for here. But the reality show part of it, I do think is a draw to 1620 The Zone. We all have our weird idiosyncrasies, and
Absolutely.
you know a lot about us because we're with you for 12 hours a day and each of us 4 hours a day. And so in a normal place, in a normal like sports radio market, I would not come back from a segment saying, well, looks like someone left their unopened Gatorade bottle out of the lobby again. But this is not a normal place. This is 1620 The Zone. And so when I say, well, looks like someone left their open filled Gatorade, filled with water, Gatorade bottle lid off.
That's right.
In the lobby, you have a pretty good idea of who.
I didn't have my phone on me, or I would have taken a picture of it and posted it.
Now, if you would have worked at Barstool, you would have been fired because you didn't post it, Josh.
Well, I plan on it.
Yep. So that's the update. That's the update, Josh.
Good update.
I mean, you updated me, so
Yeah.
I figured I'd pass it along. Alex Lincoln says on the text line,
Hi, Alex.
Love the monster left in the bathroom updates.
It's incredible.
I'm really proud of that. Like you guys, we can talk about our own personal lives and then the stuff that goes on in the office, because it's like you're here in a way, you know? And you're like, and if we pointed out something that happened outside of the time of being on the air, you would and I told you somebody, an on-air personality at 1620 The Zone did this. You would be able to point to who did it.
And you would be mad that if we didn't tell you and it happened.
Yeah.
You'd be mad. Like, oh no, you should have told us.
We're very transparent.
Yeah.
We're very transparent. And so that's when you get the moments sometimes where, you know, when Matt leaves his keys in the car and it caused this chain reaction of things. Sometimes there's a moment where we get mad. We get like actually mad at Matt. But it's a great example to show people there's no hate. There's no hate.
No hate.
I don't hate any of the people I work with. I love them like brothers, and brothers do idiotic things all the time. And my friends, these friends, total idiots, but I love them.
This is not an Austin Jacobson situation. We did not fake this.
No, this has not been planted.
No.
Although, God, that is a great bit. Nice job by Austin. Hopefully his thumb is doing okay. All right, let's go to the history lesson. Nebraska and UCLA. Nebraska is 7-7 all time against UCLA.
7-7.
7-7. UCLA has won 3 out of the last 4.
Whoa.
Dating back to the home and home in 2011. Nebraska has one win in that period of time. Was the 2015 Foster Farms Bowl.
Ah, what a night.
Cluck, cluck. Josh Rosen, he was the quarterback in that game. Nate Gary got sent to jail.
For targeting?
I
can only assume.
Sent to jail for targeting. And wow, I'm glad you got that pretty fast. And it was the It was following the first year of Mike Riley's tenure, where they won 5 games in the regular season, but got to go to a bowl game because of APR. So Nebraska hasn't won against UCLA in just a little under 10 years. And they have not won in the Rose Bowl since 1993. Of course, they've played in the Rose Bowl I guess it'd be twice since then. Once in the 2001 Rose Bowl and the other time in 2012. And Nebraska did not beat UCLA for the first time until 1973. They had a few meetings before that, Josh.
Okay.
3, 1946, 1948, and 1972. But as always on this show, we like to look back to the very first time Nebraska and UCLA played each other. It was November 30, 1946. Final score, UCLA 18, Nebraska 0.
Whoa.
Nebraska was coached by Bernie Masterson, who was their 5th coach in the last 6 seasons before that. Nebraska was in a time of turmoil after some success in the 20s and 30s under Dana X Bible.
UCLA fans were sick of Nebraska fans talking about the 20s. This team won't get out of the 20s.
Had some success with Biff Jones in 1940, went to the Rose Bowl that year. And then it was, so from 1941, it was the last year of Biff Jones. 1942, it was Glenn Presnell. Glenn went 3-7 that year. 1943 and 1944, Adolph Lewandowski. 1945, George Potsy Clark. And this is the first year of Bernie Masterson. He went on to coach for 2 seasons at Nebraska before Potsy Clark retook back over. Then it was Bill Glassford, 1 year Pete Elliott, then Bill Jennings, and then, of course, Bob Devaney, and the rest is history. But here we are in the end of the first year of the Bernie Masterson era. And let's take a look at the Nebraska yearbook. There was not very much day-to-day coverage of the Huskers back during this time, so we had to look to the yearbook after the school year ended.
Whoa.
That went through all of their individual games. Of course, this was published with the hindsight of the season. So there's no in the moment stuff. It's just notes from the game. And for that, we turn to our dear friend, 1940s man.
A gallant crew of Cornhuskers finished the 1946 football campaign bowing to unbeaten and Rose Bowl bound UCLA 18-0. The Bruins from Los Angeles outsped the Huskers to march to 3 hard-earned touchdowns and also became the first team to whitewash the 46 Gritters. The only Cornhusker offensive spark came early in the 4th period with Vacanti flipping a screen pass to his 11 from his 11 to Hutton, who picked up 4 Husker blockers and streaked to the UCLA 46 before being smacked out of bounds.
This is written by college kids, by the way. Idiots.
Idiots. The play netted 38 yards. The spark was extinguished on the next play. Mooney was smeared for a 15-yard loss as he tried a wide reverse. After 2 plays failed, the Huskers punted to the Bruins, with Nebraska speedsters Fisher, Hutton, Mooney, and Myers unable to shake loose, and Novak's line smashes stymied. The Huskers relied on their defensive game to keep the score down, led by game captain Carl Samuelson and Vern Steiner, a pair of frosh tackles. The Husker forward wall smashed Bruin ball carriers to the turf with vicious tackles for 60 minutes. Cletus Fisher, a game 180-pounder. The defensive tempo for the Nebraskans.
Yeah, I think set. Sorry.
Okay. Twice. That's a typo.
That one's on me, Josh. Set the defensive tempo.
Twice as driving tackles stopped Uckland touchdown marches.
So let's pause there.
Uckland? Like UCLA in?
I think that's what they were going for.
Okay.
Yes, UCLA in, which I don't know. I don't know if that's a term or not. It could. I can't imagine it is now. Like UCLA in. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I kind of respect that. Good job by them.
Twice his driving tackle stopped Uckland touchdown marches. Center Joe Parlington, playing with his broken hand, still in a cast, backed the line with his usual ruggedness. Gale Gade moved up the nubbins and flown. I'm sorry, these are funny.
He moved up from the nubbins.
Moved up from the nubbins and flown to California for the contest to relieve Parlington. Handled his first varsity assignment capably.
That's the story of the game.
It wasn't my smoothest reading, but
it really doesn't get better.
That was one of the better.
Yeah, I should have double spaced it for you. It doesn't really get better than 1940s man actually reading something from 1940s.
Yeah,
from the 1940s.
That had a lot of slang in it because it was written by college kids.
Yeah,
right?
So smeared, stymied, whitewash, Uckland. But I like that. I like the little touch here. So Joe Partington had his hand in a cast, and he was good. He was solid in the game. But this Gale Gade fellow, he was on, like, I would assume that's like the JV team, the Nubbins, right?
Okay. That makes
so
sense.
they flew Gale Gade.
He made the travel team.
They flew Gale Gade out to LA to relieve Partington, who had the broken hand and was playing with a cast, and Gale Gade handled his first varsity assignment capably. Nebraska went 3-6 under Bernie Masterson in 1946. UCLA was one of the best teams in the country at that point in time, and I believe I don't think the Rose Bowl either existed yet, or well, no, it existed, but I don't believe that game was played there. Oh, maybe UCLA just didn't play there at the time. I actually don't know the backstory.
1946.
1946.
Played in LA.
Just at LA.
Yeah.
You know, it's us, USC. We're in LA. So there you go. 1940s man comes up yet again. Couple comments. Here's Pedro.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi, guys. OMG, this is so funny. Connor, stop interrupting. Josh is rolling with all the mistakes and everything. He's doing great. So friggin' funny.
No, I was very wobbly. I appreciate you stopping so I could regain my composure.
It's nice to have the pause every now and then, because you really got to hit the words like stymied and what is it, mutilated, or whatever it might have been. Now, here's another great question. We always like to look for parallels from the first game to now. We're 80 years later. Do you think Dana Holgerson will call a wide reverse on Saturday night?
I kind of do, yeah.
So it sounds like that was their only real play of the game. Their wide reverse. And then they were still they still couldn't get any further after that because Nebraska lost 18-0 in this game, but they really they hit this wide reverse for 38 yards across midfield of the UCLA 46 before being smacked out of bounds. Sounds like that was about the only thing they had going on offense.
UCLA played their home games in 1946 at the Coliseum.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Jeff writes in.
Hi, Jeff.
First Adolf and now whitewashing. Geez, guys. Some words in there. I'm not in charge of the words.
Yeah. We didn't write it.
And a good point. I guess I didn't really think about this because I was too football pilled when I was just talking about it from the 602.
Hi, 602.
Of course, the 1942 through 45 seasons were affected by the war. The war.
That's right.
John writes in.
Hi, John.
Is Biff Poggi related to Biff Jones?
I did think of saying that.
Biff Poggi Jones. Greg in Myrtle Beach.
Hello, Greg.
For decades, including the John Wooden years, the Bruins were also known as the Euclins. The Euclins. Well, it says Euclans, but that doesn't sound like a good thing to be able to say. So Euclins, I did not know that. By the way, we go back from a little bit earlier in the show. So there you go. Anyway, that's sort of your history lesson. 1940s, man. Thank you. Nebraska lost in 46, 48, 72, won 4 straight, 73, 83, 84, 87, lost in 88, won in 93, 94, lost in 12, 13, won in 15, and lost in 24. I apologize. I said earlier their home and home was 2011-12. It was 12-13.
Idiot.
All I remember about, the 12 game, Nebraska had a nice lead at halftime and blew it. Black jerseys for an 11 a.m. game.
Oh, I do remember.
Or I'm sorry, that was the 13 game. Once again, that was the second of the two. That was the 13 game. And then 12, the game out there, all I remember was them doing basically like jet sweeps, like getting directly to the sideline every time. Jonathan Franklin was their running back. And I remember our boy, Josh, our collective boy, the man who you modeled the hype speech off of, Will Compton.
Willie C?
He could not catch. He could not catch Jonathan Franklin. He was looking like a Big Ten linebacker that day.
Well, his jagged teeth were probably affecting the aerodynamics of chasing after a person. It wouldn't be a problem now.
They were just getting Nebraska's linebackers moving side to side, and they could not catch him. They could not catch him. Here is Dan on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Hey, Dan.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
Just a comment about the 83 UCLA Nebraska game. I was down there for that game. That was the one Rozier had a great run. He went back and forth from sideline to sideline and scored. Dave Remington was his era. But I remember Terry Donahue coming on after that game, coach UCLA, saying we can't beat this team, and basically saying they're all on steroids. he made a comment that how can we beat a team that's so far advanced? And that was his innuendo, but they're just all taking drugs.
Wow.
And they might have been. That was a tremendous. I mean, Dave Remington was a man-child playing against these guys, and it just a comment like that. It was a great game. For Nebraska. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. That's good. We heard that a lot over the years when Nebraska was rolling pretty good, especially from teams like. Remember, this is when college football was very, very regional and very separated, right? So you only in bowl games or in non-conference showcase games are you going to see teams from other areas in the country. And know what they're up to and the styles of football and all of those things. And so I would imagine that there was a lot of teams who didn't regularly see Nebraska throughout the 80s and the 90s who were like, what the hell is wrong with these guys? How is this possible? The same sentiment popped up a lot in a lot of the games that we've looked at from like the 20s and 30s, because once again, we're talking about so separated, and it often was just about physically, how do you sort of match up? And then what do you know? Decades and decades of college football go by, and the regions have their own sort of identities, right? West Coast is sort of like, skinny, good-looking guys. They could get it go West Coast offense, and all these things. Nebraska.
Am I listening to Cowherd?
Sorry.
West Coast guys. Skinny, tall, fast.
Nebraska, big, burly, no neck dudes, like ram into your face. Possibly steroids. At least according to the UCLA coach.
That's what they said.
I pulled up the Husker Max for the 83 game. Here's the quick synopsis. Top-ranked Nebraska received its biggest scare of the young season when winless UCLA took advantage of 2 Husker fumbles to put Nebraska behind for the first time in 1983, 10-0 early in the second quarter. The Huskers scored on their next 2 possessions, though, to take a 14-10 halftime lead. Then linebacker Mike Knox blitzed to sack Bruin quarterback Rick Neuheisel early in the second half. Neuheisel fumbled and recovered at the Nebraska recovered at the UCLA 32. Nebraska scored in 7 plays and went on to win 42-10. It was the 100th win in Tom Osborne's career, and it was the same school that he got win number 1 against in 1973.
Win number one?
Win number one for Tom Osborne was against UCLA, 1973. All right, a couple things from earlier when we were talking about our 1620 reality show.
Oh, thank you. I had forgotten. I need to go take a picture of that.
Here is Jed.
Hi, Jed.
Very true. I keep getting murder cult emails, and I know exactly who it's from. If you're listening to the show, Sipple always talks about the Albuquerque truck drivers. Like, I always like to say it, as if there's a truck driver from Albuquerque. That's why I say Matt Rhule, the Nebraska football head coach. Like, seriously, that's why he does that.
It's smart
because
to do every once in a while.
Sipple listens to a lot of, like, he loves syndicated national sports talk radio. He loves it. He loves The Odd Couple. He seriously does. I'm dead serious.
Well,
I know.
Rob Parker.
He goes, I love the shows that whatever station has on after the local programming goes away.
Huh.
Yeah, the local stuff is in one ear and out the other, but the national stuff, that's where I'm really locked in. And so he loves stuff like that. And obviously they take on a very, very different, their audience is different and it's national. And so that's how they do their shows. And that's why Sipple says it that way. We on this show, I can't speak for everybody else, but we take everybody pretty much knows us, knows what we're doing.
It's the same
and knows what we're
day
talking
out,
about.
yeah.
Like, so if I come on a segment and I don't say anything until I, say, yeah, I don't think the defense is very good. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Why did Connor just start a segment by saying, I don't think the defense
What
is good?
defense is he talking about?
He didn't identify the station. He didn't identify himself. He didn't identify the team he was talking about.
You know what defense I'm talking about.
A consultant would quit their job after listening to us.
Maybe.
We would break them.
Here's Justin on the text line.
Hi, Justin.
What's the story behind you getting banned on Twitter, Connor? Well, Justin, I'm back. First of all.
Oh, yeah, we back.
So it wasn't as much of a ban as it was a suspension.
Very brief.
And
we
I
beat
just
the system.
It's dope. I just use TweetDeck, and they didn't want people to use TweetDeck anymore, and they scared everybody from using TweetDeck. TweetDeck is a thing where you could link all your accounts and you could see all of the notifications for all of them on one screen, which is admittedly incredibly helpful to be able to do a radio show if you're monitoring 4 accounts at once. But there's a version of TweetDeck that you get when you pay for Twitter, which I will not do for my own account.
That's right.
And I'm not gonna do that, but that's obviously what they want to do. So they just suspended all the accounts that use TweetDeck over the last couple of days.
It's a little like pulling your content off of a cable provider when you own various alternatives to a cable platform that you would like people to sign up for, but they're not signing up for it. Just a completely hypothetical comparison.
It's like you think Twitter and I were in a carriage dispute.
Sure seems that way.
Basically.
You guys managed to get your crap together in 24 hours.
We figured it out pretty quick, didn't we?
I'm going to drive down to Orlando this weekend and beat the hell out of that stupid little mouse.
Whoa.
Give me my football.
Josh, you've reached a boiling point, I think. I'm going to beat the hell out of the mouse?
We know what you're doing.
Wow. All right. Well, I hope Josh gets his television back. Otherwise, it sounds like Mickey's going to have some problems on his hands.
Oh, nice to meet you. Oh!
Yeah, I've kind of been pissed at Mickey, too, because I've been watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and he is an idiot.
He is an idiot.
He's an idiot. They're like, which tool should we use to make the nail go into the board? Should we use a fishing rod? Should we use a refrigerator? Or should we use a hammer?
Now, don't say anything for 45 seconds.
Yeah. Yes, of course, it's a hammer.
Well, gosh, I didn't know that, Mickey.
Goofy's an idiot. Like,
his friends are dumber than he is.
So they're all
and he's
so
pretty dumb.
They're all so dumb. My kid knows the answers to those questions.
Although on the bright side, as alternative to sports content, my wife has suggested we begin a rewatch of The Golden Girls, which has just brought me the utmost joy this week.
Okay, good. I was going to say, I thought you were headed the other way. I thought you were like, well, I really, really, really need the sports back because I don't want to watch Golden Girls with my wife.
I love Golden Girls.
Perfect. There you go. And I like watching old episodes of Breaking Bad. All right, we'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone. All right, contract extension.
Careful, Connor.
I'm able to report.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You got your sources nailed down?
This is my story to tell.
You got the verbiage right?
ESPN has reached a multi-year extension with senior NBA writer Bryan Windhorst, Omaha's finest. Now, why would they do that, Josh?
It's NBA season.
Exactly.
It's a windy
now,
season.
Didn't Schefter know that Windhorst was going to go on 6 podcasts and talk about it?
I am very concerned why Schefter was not the person that broke that story.
He was.
Oh, he was?
He was.
Okay.
But why wasn't Windhorst? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Windhorst should have broke his own contract.
He's an insider.
That's how it normally works, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's supposed to work. Anyway. What? Oh yeah. I was going to read you this text that I received from a friend of the show. You might be able to figure out who it is. So this is in the vein of 1620 the reality show. Speaking of things that I should have told people, as I listen to your segment right now, I remember that your morning show co-host came over to my house to watch the Bud Crawford fight on my garage. We know who this is.
Okay. Now I know what's happening.
And as I cleaned up, when everyone had left, I had noticed where he was standing, and there was an unopened beer on my lawn. And I didn't know about the Matt leaves stuff everywhere bit until after that. And so now it's starting to make sense. And it's Jack. It's starting to make sense in Jack's head. It's like, okay. So yes, Matt left an unopened beer on Jack's lawn during the Bud Crawford fight.
Huh.
Imagine the horror of waking up in the morning or going to clean up and be like, there's just a beer there on the. He just puts stuff down.
He does.
Yes, I mean
the world is his shelf.
When I came in this morning, I saw his keys on this filing cabinet right here, and I was concerned. I was like, he's gonna not see those. He's gonna walk out and he'll have to pop back in.
Yeah, you can't put anything on top of it and hope he remembers that he put them there.
What a guy! What a guy! 1620 the reality show. That's what we do every single day. Also, back to the history lesson real quick. Rob writes in.
Hi, Rob.
Whoa. We have a lineman playing with a broken hand in this game, just as they did in the 1940s matchup.
You caught that, huh?
Hopefully history does not repeat itself. Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if Nebraska loses 18-0, we got problems. We got problems.
Yeah.
I think if Nebraska loses, period, we got problems, but actually, you know what? We got problems. We always got problems. There's going to be problems no matter what.
Well,
but,
sure.
You know. Yeah, it would not be a pretty sight for the boys after the game if Nebraska loses 18-0. All right, so we like to poke fun at Matt Rhule for the way news stories are broken and things like that. But he went viral yesterday.
Loves doing that,
and this time non-sarcastically for a very, very well, rooted in a bad reason, but it's a good reason. So this is. Rhule after he was sort of commenting on the Cowboys player Marshawn Nealon, who passed away over the last couple of days, and it was ruled that it was found to be that it was a suicide. And so Rhule had this long sort of, you could tell he had been thinking about it kind of a lot. And I do want to play it a little bit on the show. We're not a super serious, like emotional type of show or anything like that, but I do think it's relatively important and it's a good thing to hear. And Matt Rhule's going viral for all the right reasons. So this is about half of it probably. But it's poignant for Matt Rhule yesterday at his Thursday availability.
Generation of kids, my kids, they all just say, yeah, I'm fine, I'm straight, and it's just like, you really got to unearth it. So I look at, road trips and travel, and I look at time together practice as chances to impact young people's lives and try to be around them. And I would encourage everybody to. I would encourage everybody today with your own kids or the people you work with, just to check on them, because that young man scored a touchdown just a couple days ago, and on the outside world you'd think he's at the pinnacle, but he's dealing with something, and I don't know what it was, but I pray for him and his family. So that's the weight of coaching young people today, and they're going through a lot, way more than I went through growing up. So, just a sad story, but sad fate. And again, I pray for him. But I also know there's probably someone on my team going through something very similar. And so, in what ways can I be there for them? Can we all be there for them? I think that's the blessing we have of having another week together. So I'm grateful for it. I've challenged our guys all week to be great teammates. To rally together, to come together, and not just for TJ, but for every single guy on this team, and for the guys even that aren't on the trip that are home, just be there for everybody. So that's what we're trying to build, and it's maybe old school and kind of it's not in vogue anymore. Everything's about the transfer portal and rev share, but I still think young people probably need people that care about them. So that's never more evident today. So thank you guys. I hope you guys are all well as well. Good to see you.
Not a hot take by any means, but just to go back to the start of that, he said, our generation of kids, my kids, they all just say, yeah, I'm fine, I'm straight. You really got to unearth it. So I look at road trips and travel. I look at the time together at practice as chances to impact young people's lives and try to be around them. I would encourage everybody today, with your own kids or people you work with, just to check on them, because that young man scored a touchdown just a couple of days ago. And on the outside world, you think he's at the pinnacle, but he's dealing with something, and I don't know what it was, but I pray for him and his family. He also said, something along the lines of like, hey, one of the messages to the team was, hey, we had him today, and they're going to go eat or whatever in the cafeteria and in the facility. Like, take out your headphones and just talk to the person next to you. It is a, we get these sort of reminders all the time, and oftentimes they are because something bad has happened to somebody in your life, and you need to be reminded, like, yeah, nothing's really guaranteed here, and we need to show up kind of for each other, and that's part of the the great thing a team can do. And so it's good that Rhule shared that message yesterday, and it's a strong one, and it's an important one. And like I said, he's showed up on all the blogs and all that stuff, and for all the right reasons this time, not because he was trying to make any news or anything like that, or share his thing in the right way, but he was, he genuinely meant that.
Like you said on the front end of us playing the clip, we poke fun at Matt a lot with word salad, we'd use car sales and whatever the haters, quote unquote, want to call them.
The haters.
That was Matt Rhule at his best.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a really good look at the big picture.
Nailed the moment.
And I love what he said, like about taking the team out on the road, road trips and travel. Like,
you can't go anywhere. You got to talk to me.
You view it though, like, Josh, you travel with Iowa Western all the time, travel with teams before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you view the travel part as exhausting, because it is. I mean, it takes a lot out of you, and you're like, oh my God, can we just skip this part? Can we just be there?
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually when a lot of the productive things happen,
Yep, absolutely.
That's when you build the friendships and the bonds and stuff like that.
Oh, who's that person walking by me? Okay, that's so-and-so who did that against them. And okay.
Why are they doing that?
Walking through the hotel lobby.
Is that person cap on his Gatorade? Why is he walking around with a Gatorade without a cap all the time?
You've door dashed a 6-foot party sub to the hotel lobby 37 minutes after team dinner.
That seems like an oddly specific example, Josh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting. I can see that. But yeah, crazy stuff happens when you're on the road with a football team. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back, round out the hour. I want to get into a couple other things that are going on this weekend before we get to our keys and peas in the 1 o'clock hour. Also, Luke Fickell. Congratulations, Luke. You get to keep your job.
Congratulations. They're forcing you to stay in Madison when everybody hates you.
We're back after this on 1620 The Zone.
After further review, the host is deemed to be out of bounds. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Luke Fickell.
Oh, this guy.
He's back, folks. He's coming back to Wisconsin next year, according to his boss, athletic director Chris McIntosh. And the return will come with some changes, which include increased investment in the roster and program, along with ongoing analysis of every facet of the program. McIntosh told Pete Tweets, Chancellor, Nukin, MNOOKIN.
Oh.
MN. Probably Nukin. Chancellor Nukin and I are aligned significantly elevating investment in our program to compete at the highest level. We are willing to make an investment in infrastructure and staff. As important is our ability to retain and recruit players in a revenue share and NIL era. If Wisconsin is going to be as competitive as we expect, the support has to be as competitive. There's no getting around it. Our people, our fans, are passionate about Wisconsin football. I'd have it no other way. A successful football program is important to the university, the state, and our lettermen. But of course, Luke Fickell is 2-6 so far this season. They've had a bit of a difficult schedule this year. He says our intention is to be, in terms of our investment, on par with those that we intend to compete with. Our expectations are to compete at the highest level of the Big Ten and beyond. Now, Fickell, in his time at Wisconsin, has been, it's been rocky, not only because of what they've attempted to do and how they kind of were going to change everything and run the dairy raid, and all that stuff last year. They've also had like nonstop quarterback injuries for the last couple of years. That's a piece of this. But anyway, they are going to bring him back with significant investment into the program, which they should have been investing anyway. I don't know what you guys thought of Wisconsin from the outside looking there over the last several years. Like that is a program that they have lived for years and years and years off of the development of some really good players at a couple of key positions, may I add. So their players aren't very good. They have taken a dip in talent, I think, over the last 5-ish years. I'm pretty sure everybody would generally agree with that. Like after COVID, it's just been really, really rocky for them in terms of talent, but they've been holding on until over the last couple. I'm not sure that that's a place that's ever been super, even when they were really rolling, it felt like they were in the Rose Bowl every year. I don't know that they've ever been talented really outside of a couple positions, and they've made their hay at linebacker and offensive line. And I think running back is sort of like debatable. I think they've been able to create good running backs because of what they've been able to do on the offensive line over the last multiple decades at this point. With that being said, there were some running backs that are just like Jonathan Taylor. You can't argue that. Like that guy is super talented, right? And but they've created a lot of these guys with their system. It's just hard for me to imagine this picture with Fickle in Wisconsin, and I did whatever the investment is. Like, this is just going to turn into they're going to keep not winning just with more money, quote unquote, invested into the program, because that's always been a program that has punched higher than its weight class says it is. Than its weight says it is. It's punched in the next weight class almost every single year. They always, when they're rolling, they are greater than the sum of their parts, right? They just keep. So, like, now you're going to do this thing where you're investing, quote unquote, into the program, and you don't have the infrastructure. You don't have all of these things that you're looking for, these non-starters to that are non-negotiables in order to play Wisconsin football at this point. There's no base. There's no foundation. The foundation has been ripped out. And so I have a really, really, really hard time seeing this work. And this will be the catchphrase of the offseason. Whether it's coaches getting extensions, coaches getting retained, coaches getting fired, and new coaches getting hired, this will be the phrase of the offseason. Significant financial investment into the program. Significantly elevated investment. And I just want people to know it can't and won't work unless you have an established foundation and you know the principles of what you are looking for in a player before you bring them into the program. And then you spend the requisite money on them necessary, because we're talking about roster here. Mostly we're talking about roster.
I would assume that's what they meant by it. Yeah.
But you can't just throw money at the wall and try and get the bet. Like nobody wants to. You have to have a reason to want to go to Wisconsin. Still, and it can't just be the money. It can be an equalizer, but it doesn't work if they get there and then they don't know what to do either. Like, this is potentially worse than before, because now you're going to throw all this money in and then it ain't going to work next year. And people are going to say, well, why do we throw all that money in? Why don't we just go back to the old way and just not spend any money and develop our players and this and this and this? But it's not about whether or not you spend the money. It's about first starting at the place where you do have the platform underneath you and then investing into that. They're investing into a zero stock. I mean, admittedly, they're buying low, but like there's nothing to buy into right now for Wisconsin football. It's an interesting move, an interesting choice, and I don't think it's going to work.
I think they will definitely at the end of next season say, why didn't we just use that money for the buyout? It's not a particularly large buyout. I do wonder if Wisconsin looked around at the jobs that were open and said,
we don't want to be in that market.
We don't want to know where we stack up against those open positions.
I have no problem with retaining him.
Really?
I think that there is value in consistency.
Okay.
But he hasn't figured it out yet. He hasn't figured out what they've been doing a couple different things over the first 3 years. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've been doing, they don't know where they have landed as far as what are we going to be.
Okay.
And so like it could work if they figure that out, but I and then there's the whole job market thing too. And like, who are you going to get? And I don't know where I am, but I don't necessarily mind. It might seem radical on paper just because it feels like we were kind of circling this one for a while. That job was going to be open in the off season and now it's not going to be.
Back-to-back shutouts. I thought it was a given that Luke Fickell was going to get fired.
Good question from the 402.
Hi, 402.
Wisconsin doesn't start next season in Dublin, do they?
Oh, there's no way.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, Jeff writes in. He says, yep, because their problem is definitely money and not the coaching. Right.
Well, I mean, he can only coach the players he has, right?
I think this is just what. Well, yeah, but he doesn't know what to do with them. They haven't figured that out. It's not the money. That, to Jeff's point, he was being sarcastic when he said that. It's not the money. This is the thing that people are going to say this offseason to make you believe that something good is coming. Something good is coming because we are going to invest money into the program and we're going to do it this way and it will be better because of that. And there's certain aspects of the program where that is definitely true, but you can't win if you don't have the foundational basis of which your program is built on. They don't have it. They haven't found it. They're in quicksand.
No big deal. They start next year against Notre Dame.
Fun. That's at Lambeau, right?
Yeah. And then
Lambeau is like the Dublin of Wisconsin.
Well, in 2027, they go to Dublin to take on Pitt.
Oh my God, really?
Yes. So Luke Fickell's successor,
first game in
their
Dublin.
first game will be in Dublin.
Or he makes it to 27. He kicks an onside kick.
And then 3 games later, they fire him.
3 games later, he gets canned. It's all very possible. You ready for basketball this weekend? We got basketball.
Hoops!
We got basketball PBA on Saturday. So the Nebraska men are going to play FIU at noon. The women are going to play Samford at 5, and then there's football at 8.
Stanford?
No. Sam.
I will do that every single time. I don't care if anyone else thinks it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
Samford. A 5 o'clock tip-off.
That one was for me.
That way everyone can get home and watch the football game.
Planned it perfectly.
Plenty of time. So full day of Huskers on Saturday. I also wanted to mention Creighton volleyball will send off their seniors this week. Josh, you had a reaction when I said it's senior weekend.
Yeah, I said senior weekend in volleyball? They must be on the road the final 3 weekends of the year. No. We're getting to the end of volleyball season.
That's right, Josh. There's one more road weekend for them, but this is it for home matches. They'll likely have some postseason home matches, but for the regular season, here we are. So Creighton with a win tonight would win its 47th straight regular season Big East match.
That's good.
It's 53rd in a row at home against the Big East, including the postseason. They hosted the postseason tournament last year. Ava Martin is one of those seniors. She's basically never lost to a Big East opponent.
Never lost.
It's kind of nuts.
That's
kind of nuts. And same with Kiara Reinhardt, who has been here for like 100 years. And
careful.
What? She's a super senior.
When discussing the age of women,
she must
be
have 4
careful.
degrees. Oh, she doesn't look old or anything like that. She's just has 100 degrees.
Okay.
At this point, I think they call her like the elder statesperson, I guess, of the team.
Whoa.
What? She is.
You can't call women old.
She came back. She was supposed to go last year with that whole group, and now she came back. Creighton's rolling right into the postseason.
Rolling.
All right. So check them out tonight, whether it be at Sokol Arena tonight at 7:30 or Sunday afternoon at 1:00. I will be there both of the times.
I will not.
Josh will not. Josh will be somewhere in Kansas.
El Dorado.
Fun.
Actually, yeah, this is a good stadium.
Okay. We'll be back. Keys, Peas, coming up 1:00 hour. It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone. But first, yes, indeed, football season is in full swing. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. You can make picks and win money right now in Nebraska. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. You get those picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So take a look at anything on the board this upcoming weekend. Like I always say, maybe it's one of your fantasy guys that you just want to double down on. You can do that on Underdog. Combo those picks together as well for your chance at a higher payout. Do it on Underdog, higher or lower. Download the app today. Sign up using promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code HAPPER1620. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing. Get terms _DFS_.html for details. Consider with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
Yeah, that's right, Josh. Before you know it, you'll be driving down I-29 again for the Final Four in volleyball. It's like 7 weeks away, I think.
KC Mo, baby.
Yeah, you said I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I don't know why you said that. I don't think you're going to be there.
Oh, I think because Nebraska will be playing Creighton, we'll be descending down to KC. A little shotgun weekend for the crew here at 1620.
Wouldn't that be quite something? Nebraska's still undefeated. They haven't lost a set since they lost to Creighton, and then they play Creighton in the Final Four.
That'd be
or in the national championship game.
Incredible.
That would be maybe the greatest thing that's happened. Period. Be the greatest thing that's happened ever.
Station might implode upon itself.
It would be a lot of fun. There would be a lot of J-Skirt stuff going on. But we have a pit stop in about a month for the J-Skirt Super Bowl, of course, for Creighton and Nebraska basketball coming up very, very soon. Text from 316.
Hi, 316.
I used to live in El Dorado, Kansas.
Whoa.
What a dump.
The stadium's really nice, though.
Out of all the Jayhawk Conference ICC AC towns that you guys end up in, where's El Dorado rank? It's got to be on the Mount Rushmore, right?
El Dorado is the nicest stadium in the conference.
Nicest stadium in the conference. What about the town? How would you rank the towns?
Wichita is lovely.
Okay, Wichita's a nice city.
Wichita.
That's at least a real city. Like it has more than a subway.
That's right, Connor. They do.
Yeah, I've been to Wichita.
Wait a minute. I don't work for Iowa Western. I can dump on these cow towns.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, why are you being so coy about it?
I don't know.
Council Bluffs is like the New York City of the of JUCO football. It's right across the river from the greatest city on earth.
That's why everybody wants
Omaha.
Iowa Western for their TV contract. Get that New York market.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Come on, tell me some stuff about some other towns. I'm sure Wichita.
Wow.
Wichita is like doesn't get a great national rep because it's Wichita, but like in this context, yeah, you're dying to go to Wichita. You're like, take me to Wichita right now.
Let's see.
Where else have you been, Josh?
Where else have I been? Oh my gosh. Coffeyville, Independence. You're basically in northern Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Hutchinson. They got a nice stadium.
Okay.
Dumpy town.
Did you ever get a chance to see the towns, Josh? Do you
they all have
stay in the hotel room with your headphones on?
They all have lovely convenience stores next to the hotel we're staying.
That is nice. Is there any place like with like an ice cream store in the parking lot of the hotel or something like that? You know?
Oh.
Is there any place where you like, I can't wait to go there because they have enter restaurant here right next to the hotel?
No.
Okay.
No, that does not exist. We'll go out to Iowa Central and we'll be excited to. I mean, there's a nickname for the town that I don't know if I'm allowed to say. It's the opposite of clean. So there's alliteration with Dodge in there. We call it the Dirty Dodge. You're not supposed to say that about them, though, apparently.
Why are you not supposed to say
I
that?
don't know. We were specifically told not to say that.
By Iowa Western.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, don't worry about that here. Those rules
Okay.
don't apply here. This is not an Iowa Western sanctioned broadcast.
Yeah.
Dirty Dodge.
Dirty Dodge. Oh, we're going to the Dirty Dodge this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, just don't say it on the air.
Yeah.
Is Booth Cam coming back? I just need Booth Cam.
There is talk of trying to get Booth Cam back for this weekend. It will definitely be in place should Iowa Western make the playoffs.
Which is definitely happening. I saw
1-0.
Shut up. I saw Jake the other night, and he was being way less bashful than you are right now. They have a big game this weekend.
Number 1 versus number 11 for the second. Number 2 versus number 11 for the second straight week.
But really, that's it. Iowa Western's going to roll through the rest of their schedule, and they're going to be in the playoff. And
this is the last ranked opponent on the schedule. Yes.
Yeah, you just keep coming with these facts, and then they're going to be the number 1 seed in the playoff, and they're going to play on the Friday night, whatever it is, and they're going to rock and roll. And then where's the national championship game this year?
Frisco, right?
Frisco.
Travis, it's Frisco, right?
Yeah, he's in there. He's in the chat. Why can't you just say it?
The defense is coming along very nicely.
Stop it. Why can't you honk?
Canyon, Texas.
Why can't you honk? Honk, Josh. This is your honk time.
It's not time to untether oneself.
You've never had a better opportunity to honk.
Let me tell you, they played the number 1 team in the country earlier this season.
You guys go to the national championship game every year.
4 years in a row, going for 5. Yes,
and you still can't honk it. You're still like, yeah, I think the defense is coming along good. You
only
know,
lost one game
at a time. Though, Josh, you're not on the team. Well, I mean, you kind of are.
They played Hutch. Both teams scored 4 touchdowns. Iowa Western lost by 3 because the kicker missed the kick and it got ran back for 2. There's a different kicker in place for Iowa Western, and their defense is better. They are a better football team than they were when they played the number 1 team in the country earlier this season.
All right. Can't get them to honk, guys. I don't know. I don't know what else I could do.
If they get to the national championship 5 times in a row, I will be insufferable.
Yeah, but only for like that day. Like, come on. You got a whole month lead up at this point. Why don't you just get a little bit loose with it right now?
No.
Say we're going.
No, we go 1-0.
All right. A couple thoughts on crap towns in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear other people's talk about crap towns.
Here's Travis.
Hi, Travis.
There is a McDonald's just off campus of Wichita State that got busted for selling crack out of the drive-through window.
That sounds about right.
Husker Powered GBR.
Hi, Husker Powered GBR.
Manhattan, Kansas smells like literal poop.
A lot of towns in Kansas, too.
Literal poop.
Literal.
And then there's a couple comments about Mark Sanchez in here for a reason that I can't really get into. And then apparently they have pretty decent meth menu in Wichita, so you can check that out too. I went to a nice brewery there
in Wichita.
In Wichita, yeah.
Do you remember the name?
Are you looking for a specific answer here?
If you knew it, I would have suggested it to the gang.
I really liked the brewery.
Okay.
This is several years ago at this point. This is in like the 20.
You don't make an annual excursion to Wichita?
No, I've never been to Wichita except for that one time.
Oh.
Let's see. Central Standard Brewing Company.
Okay.
That is where it was.
Shout out.
It was delicious. And that was a time in my life when I was into craft beer.
Now you don't drink.
Now I'm really not that much. Here's John.
Hi,
I'll
John.
say it. Dodge City is a flaming bleep hole. Okay.
Your words, not mine. I think these towns are adequate.
This is so weird. I don't know why you're doing this. And also the person who said they lived in El Dorado and said it was a dump is saying that they also lived in Wichita and it's good.
Okay.
So a lot of conflicting thoughts on Wichita. A lot of conflicting thoughts. Okay, keys to the game.
Keys.
We have belabored the point long enough. Josh doesn't have any keys for Iowa Western. He just says, yeah, you gotta go out there, play to play. You got to execute.
I got keys.
And
need a turnover. You need a respectful running game out of Daniel Swinney.
I'd say just play. As long as we play our game, we got it.
Yeah.
All right. This is for Nebraska football, though. Not so cute. Obviously, they're not talking about us. A very cute show. Run the damn ball. Hell yeah. Dana Holgerson. I think without Dillon, in theory, it takes away or at least lowers the volume of that little voice in Dana Holgerson's head that makes him get cute. There's a little tiny voice in Dana Holgerson's head that says, do something fun and cool. Please do it now.
Really wow him.
And he listens to that voice all the time. He loves listening to that voice. He gets cute way too much. And so now you don't have your starting quarterback with a golden arm in the at your fingertips. So maybe that voice the volume just goes down a little bit. So run the ball, stick with it. Sure, you could use TJ Lateef in the run game as well. Trust your defense. Take the shots when you need to. I feel like all this conversation about TJ and the offense getting dumbed down this week. And Rhule, by the way, he said, no, we're not dumbing it down. He knows the narratives. They're dumbing it down. The conversation about TJ this week has come off as like, oh, well, they don't think he's going to do anything. I mean, he's capable. He's going to throw the football a little bit, and he's going to be expected to make some plays for him. But with that being said, this is more opponent specific. The run game should work against this defense. They are porous. It has for every other offense that UCLA has played so far this year. Do not get cute. Key number 2, sell out. Not a song by the Real Big Fish, Josh.
Sell out.
But this key by me. Time to trust the fact that you have one of the best pass defenses in America. Is that come up in your hype speech at all? It should. We should highlight it every week. Stop UCLA's run game, which they really don't have any of the conventional run game. It is a little trickier than it sounds. Like I could see a world where UCLA racks up some rushing yards in this game, but it won't be because Nebraska's defensive line is getting manhandled by their offensive line. It'll be because Nico Iamaleava is getting outside the pocket and making plays. So that's going to happen. Limit those plays. Linebackers, just like Will Compton against Jonathan Franklin in 2012, linebackers, you got to tackle. Well, do the opposite of what Will Compton did. You got to tackle, you got to take good angles on him, and make sure it doesn't bust for the big one. We're talking about Nico scrambling. But you get it. This defense, it's time to trust it. Stack the box, stack it up, and let the back end do what it does, which is cover. And the key to this one, too, the key inside the key is you're probably going to have to cover for a while just because he's a really good extender of plays. Nico is, and Nebraska doesn't have much of a pass rush. So they're going to have to cover for a while. And that's where the rub of the game could be. So a pass rush would be nice for Nebraska on Saturday if they could dial up some pressures to get to the Tennessee transfer. And key number 3 is on assignment. Yes, sir. I'm on assignment. All right. So I think, once again, Rhule sort of jabbed at this theory yesterday. You're going to move to a place with Nebraska's offense where you're just a little bit more schemey, if you will. Do you know what I mean when I say schemey? It's the equivalent of running half-court sets in basketball. It's taking the options out. Although there's RPO, like they're going to do RPOs, but mostly that's just one read here. Okay, if yes, then hand off. One read here. If no, then throw it. Right. So RPOs are viewed as simple, executable plays for the quarterback. But so go back to the basketball comp. Half court sets, you are telling people where to go, and it's sort of formulaic, right? There's not a lot of reads, there's not a lot of options. It's the play is what the play is. And so that means if the ball, it basically means Nebraska has to execute. If the ball is not coming your direction, and you're one of those wide receivers, tight ends, backs, they need to be in the right spot and block it well. I hope what they've done this week is just repped like 6 things. Just over and over and over and over and over again.
Muscle memory.
Like, admittedly, this is not Nebraska's game, especially on offense. Nebraska's game on offense is very free-flowing. It's very, we'll see what the moment dictates, and we'll let Dylan make checks at the line, and we'll let Dylan, go through 4 progressions or whatever it might be until he gets to the ultimate place he's going to go. It's not Nebraska's game. But it's one of the reasons I've been excited this week for Dana Holgorsen to kind of get his arms around this and what their limitations are, because I just think you are a little bit more limited. I assume they've repped this in practice, but Nebraska has got to be on offense, it's got to be the most precise and focused version of itself. Limit the scramble, chaotic situations, because when you get into those spots, that's where the freshman quarterback makes mistakes. That's where he's not caught up with the speed of the game. That's where when he gets outside the pocket and he thinks he's got a guy downfield because he's got a step, and all of a sudden it ends up 2 yards behind him in a pick, that's where you get into issues. It's just lack of experience. It's not anything against him. He just doesn't have the experience. So you want to keep him sort of bubble wrapped a little bit, protected, talking about TJ, limit those chaotic situations. And if you do that, you dictate, and Nebraska is just a better team. I think that. So we'll see how much better when we make our picks.
Don't let Nico do what Mayava did towards the end of the game.
Let Nico do what Mayava did. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about that. I think, obviously Nebraska was kind of sold out on the traditional run game at that point because they were getting beat up in it so bad. And so I just think they were probably willing to kind of give that up a little bit. They should have been on. That makes sense. They should have been on it quicker. But that's not what Nico is going to do. Nico is going to get his scramble yards on actual scrambles. There's not a lot of design stuff in there. There's not a lot of like read and pull. It's get outside the pocket, extend, and then pull it and run, which he's obviously very, very, very capable of. All right, so those are keys to the game. There was another event that I forgot to mention this weekend, Omaha Hockey, tonight against North Dakota, 7:00. Check them out. It's 1620 the Zone night. Well, it's NRG Media night, but there will be Zone shirts there. So stop by, say hello to our people up on the concourse at the Baxter tonight.
Love a radio shirt.
And tell them Connor and Josh sent you.
Tell them that.
Seriously, do that. Do that. Tell them Connor and Josh sent you, and I want a 1620 the Zone shirt right now. And go Mavs. So our folks will see you out tonight at the Baxter against North Dakota.
Going to be a lot of dumb hawks in the building, so we need some Maverick mojo.
Why fight it? Why fight it?
Get in that building.
Our picks for the weekend and Josh's hype speech coming up next on 1620 the Zone. this whole non-tweet deck thing is going to kill me because I can't see the Happer Show notifications and the Connor Happer notifications at the same time, and I don't know what page to stay on.
Got to bounce around.
And I don't know when they show up.
A little
And
orange
I'm also
dot will
talking
tell
at
you.
the same time.
Yeah.
But Sam made a good meme.
Love a good meme.
Sam, just start tweeting at me now. Using basketball to describe a football concept, and then it's a picture of Bill Simmons and Nick Baugh. Good meme.
Facts.
Good meme. He also says West Coast offense was created when Bill Walsh lost Greg Cook to injuries and only had weak arm passers on the Bengals behind him. Time for Holgo to drink a few Diet Red Bulls and create some stuff we've never even brainstormed. I agree.
I could loan him a couple.
I'm ready for Holgo to get back into his bag a little bit here. I think having some limitations might not be the worst thing in the world. And then I checked the YouTube comments, and then I saw this guy, Jeff McGaffin.
Hi, Jeff.
Jeff McGaffin popped in the chat and just started saying a bunch of stuff. He said, I'll read all the Jeff McGaffin comments.
Oh, make sure you read the roster breakdown.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. 1 running back, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 0 defensive tackles, 0 offensive tackles, slow 5'7" FCS middle linebacker, 2 starters playing with 1 hand, NAIA 2 second quarterback, embarrassing UCLA 28-10, 250 rushing yards, ... progress.
We're going to embarrass UCLA 28-10? And Emmett's going to run for 250 yards?
We are a better team, ... What? You are welcome. Daily dose of reality. 0-29 against top 25. How are we better than UCLA? They handled us at home last year? ? Oh, just wait, Jeff. I got something for you in the prediction coming up.
Ooh.
Blue blood with an NAIA quarterback 1 play away from playing. Don't see that at Notre Dame, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma. Even Northwestern.
Well,
we have the
a
same.
lot of those schools are better than Nebraska.
Exactly. We have the same record as Northwestern in the last 3 years. Happer says we are better than UCLA. I don't know if you guys know this. They're 3-5, and they were like the worst team in the Big Ten until they beat Penn State. Got like generationally hot for a couple weeks, and now have had a bye. Yeah,
they beat Nebraska last year, though.
I know. I remember. So Jeff's prediction is 28-10. They rush for 250 yards.
4,250 yards.
Honestly, you guys, can you guys not see we are a joke of a program? I only love my daughters more than NU football, but come on, be objective.
I'm not going to say anything about that one.
Poll question: do you love your daughters? Do you only love your daughters more than Nebraska football?
All right, that's pretty funny.
Get that one going. Different Jeff on the Twitter or on the text line writes in, that guy needs a job or something. Also, Sam tweeted at me at Connor Happer. He said, can do. Thank you. I actually saw it this time.
But Sam, I don't see those.
I appreciate it. Well, I'll read them to you, Josh.
Okay.
All right. It's our predictions this week. Okay.
Jeff just got in the chat again and says, tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. I'm about to. So just hang on for a second.
Chill.
All right. So last week you dropped a 4-2 week. I dropped a 3-3.
Got another game on you.
You got another game. You're 2 games ahead of me now. This has been a drastic fall off for Connor Happer. Sadly, drastic fall off for me, but we're still in it, and I'm looking to get them all back this week. We begin tonight. You know, it's Los Angeles, it's USC and UCLA, but they're not playing each other. Northwestern visits number 19 USC, who's a 14.5-point favorite tonight on Fox. Benetti game.
Benetti.
God, I wish we would have gotten the Benetti game.
He's good.
He really is. Yeah. You're in the lead, Josh, and you won last week. What would you like to do?
USC at home, coming off victory in the Blackout. I think they kind of get on a little mini roll here. Give me the Trojans.
I am interested in the in how Northwesterns themselves into this game. You know what? Yes, let's just take Northwestern to cover here. That sounds like a good idea to me, actually. Northwestern will just Northwestern all over this game. They're going to go Northwestern all over this game.
Really smother everything.
Yeah, we're going to Northwestern this game. That's what they're going to do, and they're going to cover tonight. and lose by 2 touchdowns or less.
14.5 your spread.
Number 2, Indiana is at Penn State, who's a 14.5-point underdog tomorrow morning. Big dude Fox, Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, and the All-American girl, Jenny Taft. This game, what do you think, Josh? Well, I guess I'm first.
Yeah.
Indiana by, let's say, I'll go Indiana by 28, maybe 35.
I'm tired of getting in front of this microphone every week and saying too many points when it comes to an Indiana game. They're going to embarrass Penn State.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Give it a who.
Relentless execution. You know who doesn't relentlessly execute? The team who fired their head coach a month ago. Number 7, BYU is at number 8, Texas Tech, who's a 10.5-point favorite, 11 a.m. on ABC. Better get your bunny ears out, folks. YouTube TV people, anyway.
Ooh, toughest one of the week for me. Feels like a lot of points. I like Texas Tech to win the game, but I think
many people like BYU and their number 49 quarterback.
I think it's 47.
47.
I believe the Cougs cover.
I do not believe that. I believe Texas Tech is a Wagonye.
Oh,
and they're going to the playoff, and they are going to put their big old Red Raider stamp. Patrick Mahomes. They're going to Adidas Patrick Mahomes stamp the Big 12.
It is kind of a
weekend.
big game for them, isn't it?
It's the biggest game there since the Michael Crabtree game. What a game!
That's the one that came to mind.
What a game that was. Yes, give me Texas Tech to cover. Number 3, Texas A&M is at number 22, Missouri, who is a 6.5-point underdog, catching 6.5 at home, 2:30 on ABC. I can't quit now. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting Missouri yet. I got beaten by them a couple times, like by hooks in these underdog games. I'm not quitting them, and I do think Texas A&M is due for some sort of slip up. I don't know if they're going to lose, but like some sort of like, oh, I'm not actually sure if they're that good. Give me Missouri to cover the 6.5.
Connor, that was my exact thought process. Is
fine by me.
Texas A&M has not Texas A&M'd yet. They will eventually. They're a playoff team. They'll win the game, but they will not cover.
Number 9, Oregon is at number 20, Iowa. Our game of the week, the game of the week in our hearts. Iowa is a 6.5-point underdog tomorrow at 2:30 on CBS. I saw Captain Crash walking out, and he could not stop talking about the Hawks. He said, "Did you see what Kirk Herbstreit said?" And I said, "No," because I didn't have Twitter. And he said he picked Iowa to win or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I said, cool. And then he talked about how drunk they like to get at Iowa. And I said, I already knew that. Iowa's 6.5-point dog. Is it your turn to pick or is it mine?
It is yours.
Iowa.
No, I'm sorry. It's mine.
Okay. I don't care. I'll go first. Iowa.
Okay.
I mean, Iowa. I can't go out on the far enough limb to take them to win the game, but I just, the only thing that stresses me out is I don't know if there's enough points there to be able to get the job done for Iowa. And you'll say, oh, what? Iowa's been scoring points this year. Yeah, but everybody knows what they're doing now. Like everybody knows what they're doing with Gronowski. And Oregon is not. They're familiar with stopping this type of offense. I love what Iowa's doing. I really, really do. I think they should have been doing this for years, to be dead honest with you. They have a dynamic, powerful runner at quarterback. They should have been doing this for a long time. I'm going to take Iowa to cover here. Oregon's going to be ready for it, though. This is a close game.
Connor, you really haven't had Twitter the last 24 or 48 hours. National pundits are jumping over themselves to pick Iowa in this game. And you generally say when everyone's on one side, you go to the other side.
Damn it. I would have said that.
Dan Lanning has heard your Iowa predictions. And I'm sorry, Hawkeye fans. It's going to be a bad day for you.
Damn it. I would have said that. No, I actually believe in Iowa. I'm going off on my own. I'm going off of my own thing here.
Ducks. Quack, quack.
I have so much
Mr.
respect.
Ducksworth.
I just respect Iowa so much. I love respecting Iowa. I do.
I mean,
I'm not falling over myself to pick them. I just think that they're going to keep this game close.
under normal circumstances, I think a lot of you are onto something. I just think Dan Lanning is that coach that says, oh, really?
Yeah, what's he going to do? Tackle harder? Call plays harder?
Bomb the ball?
Now, if that happens, they're in some trouble. And we finish in the Rose Bowl. Have you ever seen the sunset behind the San Gabriel Mountains? Well, you'll be seeing it on Saturday night. Nebraska visits UCLA. Nebraska's wearing totally normal and regular uniforms, and I believe UCLA is doing the same. It'll be a sharp look on Fox, where UCLA is a 1.5 point favorite. Josh Odson, get us hype.
Unity. A couple weeks ago, we were a state divided. Some were all in on our baby Dylon. Others wanted a change to TJ Lateef. Someone out there created the slanderous nickname Teefies to describe these fans who wanted a change. Now, we find ourselves all rooting for TJ Lateef. We wish Dylan the best, but it's Teefy time. We just gotta win, even if it's by the skin of our teeth.
What?
We'll fight tooth and nail.
What?
We'll be armed to the teeth.
What?
TJ's gonna cut his teeth Saturday night.
What?
TJ Lateef, the freshman from Compton, California, gets his first start in Los Angeles at the Rose Bowl against UCLA. It's a story that would only work in Hollywood.
Oh, no! Josh is going to say Hollywood
Saturday
bunch.
night in La La Land. Bright lights, big city. Fan base on the brink. It's time to give them something to believe in again. Do it for that sea of red in Pasadena Saturday. You'll have Tim Brando's allegedly drunk ass marveling for 4 quarters about, gee, I can't believe how many Nebraska fans made the trip. This is what we do. We support the Scarlet and Cream. We may disagree on how to get back to the mountaintop, but we all want it bad. We're desperate for a winner. No, now is not the time for a timeout. We gotta go. Looking for mistake-free football tomorrow.
Why haven't you said Tinseltown yet?
No! God, what are you doing? Anywho, we all got here different ways, but we stand in lockstep behind you, TJ. It's your night. We got you. The fans got you. The players got you. And I guarantee the coaches got you.
Be a shame if they didn't.
Get your Scorsese memes ready, because tomorrow night is going to be absolute cinema. Nebraska 21, UCLA 20. A storybook ending on a storybook night, and no one tells a story better than Tinseltown.
Damn it.
Lights, camera, action.
I should have known. Josh's favorite city to nickname. Los Angeles.
I did it a lot harder last week. Couldn't go back to that well this time, but there were a couple of sprinkles in there for you, Connor.
Tinseltown, La La Land, all of those things. 21-20, Nebraska. All right, so you have Nebraska covering.
I guess I do.
Winning, I guess. So that makes it a cover.
I really feel like
So that
I'm
makes
at
a
a
lot of sense.
disadvantage in these picks each and every week because
you just pick it. Yeah,
I can't do a hype speech and then pick Nebraska to
Of course you
lose.
can't. Why would you do that? That would be stupid. Unless you did it like if they were playing some like really, if they were playing Ohio State, like Nebraska fights and they lose 28-17.
There
But
are
it's not
moral
really.
victories.
It's not really close. Yeah, I said. So listen up, Jeff. So Nebraska lost to UCLA last year by the score of what? Jeff, riddle me that. 27-20. 27-20 was the score of that game. Flip it. Nebraska's going to win 27-20. 27 is a lot of points.
It is.
But like you said, we got the Tiffy. I think maybe the special teams makes a play or two as well. 27-20. Nebraska gets revenge in the Rose Bowl, and they get number 7, and then a bye week. And boy, they should not lose because the bye week will get really, really, really sad.
Don't do it. I don't want to do that.
Really sad. All right, we're back with the polls. We'll tell you what to watch after this on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show.
Who's pitching tonight?
You Darvish, having a great year.
The Connor Happer Show.
I know about that guy.
On 1620 The Zone.
What a mess.
Husker Preview Friday is powered by McKinnis Roofing and Sheet Metal. Looking for trusted experts to protect and enhance your home or business? We are McKinnis, Nebraska and Iowa's go-to choice since 1981. For commercial or residential projects, trust McKinnis Roofing and Sheet Metal. Visit McKinnisInc.com today.
All right, to the polls, which are back at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. A one-day hiatus from the polls because of technical difficulties.
We start a new streak.
And wasn't there supposed to be some sort of punishment if we didn't have a poll question?
I have no record of that.
I don't think that fit. I don't think we fit the criteria for that. But just remember, Josh was going to do something if there wasn't any polls, which there wasn't any polls yesterday, as far as I know, Josh, because the account was suspended.
Physically impossible.
Well, somebody's got to pay. Dune, question mark? Yes or no? No.
No. God.
No.
I'll go yes just to be different than you.
Contrarian, 59% say no. 59% say no. You surprised by that? I mean, it's a pretty popular movie.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Do you often think about gas station attendants?
Yes.
I do. 87% say no.
Wow.
You guys need to have some humility. Wichita? Question mark? Yeah, I mean, generally, yes.
It's about perspective.
Yeah, it is
compared
about
to other
perspective.
cities in Kansas. Hell yes. Compared to cities across our great nation, no.
Compared to Omaha, of course not.
Yeah.
That would be stupid.
And I hate Wichita State.
72% say, up to 76% say no. And finally, do you only love your daughters more than Nebraska football?
I don't have any daughters.
No, not only. I love way more things more than I love Nebraska football.
Okay.
53% say yes.
Oh.
Sam writes in.
Oh, my.
I don't know if I could trust the takes of someone who says he loves his family more than the Skurs. My family. Yeah, people do get on me about that a lot. It's because you don't care. You don't care because you don't care as much as we do. And that gives me the permission to fly off the handle and act like a complete idiot. That's what they say. That's what they tell me. All right, Josh, those are the polls. What are we watching tonight?
We are watching all sorts of things this weekend, including the National Football League, because it's on our TVs. Patriots Bucks noon Sunday here locally on CBS.
That's a game.
Big Fox has Ravens Vikings at that same time. They have the doubleheader this week. They will give you Rams Niners at 3:00, obviously. And Sunday Night Football is Steelers Chargers, 7:00 on NBC. College football tonight, 7:00 on FS1. It is Space City versus Space U at the Bounce House. They'll be wearing their cool space uniforms. I wonder what Scott Frost thinks of that. Houston versus UCF tonight. Northwestern at number 19, USC, 8:00 on Big Fox. At that same time, if you can get it, Tulane, Memphis on ESPN. College game days in Lubbock for BYU, Texas Tech tomorrow morning. Patrick Mahomes, your guest picker. Big noon is in Iowa City for a game they're not broadcasting, Oregon, Iowa.
That's all right.
Totally normal.
You can do that.
NBA on Prime tonight. Rockets Spurs at 6:30, followed by Warriors Nuggets at 9. Tomorrow night, 9:30 ESPN. It is Suns Clippers. College basketball?
Yes. What a sport.
Number 19 Kansas against number 25 North Carolina, 6:00 tonight on ESPN. 11 a.m. tomorrow on FS1. It's number 15 Alabama against number 5 St. John's.
Whoa, wow. Creighton fans, who you rooting for?
Right? Big meteor.
That is a big meteor Creighton game.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of those out there. Number 4,
I guess you got to go with your conference
units. Number 14 Arkansas against number 22 Michigan State, 6:00 tomorrow night on Big Fox. And if you want to do a little opposition research, Oklahoma Gonzaga, 9:30 Saturday night on ESPN2. Volleyball, Nebraska at Minnesota, tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 start on Peacock.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Get the graphic ready. Most watched volleyball game on Peacock.
100%.
You can print that now. Villanova Creighton tonight, 7:30 on YouTube. Jays host Georgetown, 1:00 Sunday on ESPN Plus. State volleyball championships tomorrow on Nebraska Public Media. So good luck to all those kids down there in Lincoln. Sounds like a hellish traffic day down in Lincoln.
There's a state championship event at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Yes.
You got it. Wrestling, fresh off of beating our nation's Navy, Husker Wrestling turns their attention to our nation's Army. Number 2, Nebraska hates the military. They're taking on number 23 Army tonight, 6:00 BTN Plus. Bud Crawford leading the Skurs out of the tunnel tonight. That's for you, Joe. Love you. Netflix has a remake of Frankenstein directed by Guillermo del Toro. Looks pretty interesting. And Connor, I know you're excited for the new show Pluribus on Apple TV. Rhea Seehorn leads this genre-bending Vince Gilligan drama wherein the most miserable person on earth must save the world from happiness.
Yeah, you give me Vince Gilligan, you give me Ray Seahorn. I'm in.
Yeah,
that's good enough for me.
People are excited.
I just saw my first media picture from the Rose Bowl. Shout out to Andy Kendi.
Hi, Andy.
Those palm trees are looking nice.
All right.
The sky is looking blue, and the sun is not yet set behind the San Gabriel Mountains.
God, I hope
not. Because it's not even noon yet there. All right. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
Except for us, if you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover is next.